late thanks to the animals. But then, because the animals made me late, I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I made myself a coffee, too. Sorry, everyone. And I'm not still asleep. No, although I did take a quick nap earlier in the day. Oh, it's been a long week. Lots of stuff. How is everyone doing? How was your week? Yes, I know the rare actual star sign lateness. I get it. Go ahead, laugh it up, sponge. Yes, all right, fine, come up. As you all know, if you watch me on my Monday nights, Zorro is eternally begging to be held now. So. But hello, everyone. Hello. The drama. Stop it, Annie. You're also mean. So I'm late once in a while. Zorro is a Zorho. Right. Hello, ladies. Listen. I'll turn the stream off. Don't make me turn the stream around. Let me see. The drama's finally died down. I am not always late. Whatchamacallit. The drama finally died down, guys. I still get a couple, somebody the other day, you know those weird texts you can put on the internet that have no balls? I hate you. Can't. Had an endoscopy coming up and I need deep throat jokes. Tell my doctor ideas. God almighty. I don't know if my brain's clever enough for that today. I kind of scratched the inside of my throat on Sunday night after having some crunchy food. Now I'm gargling warm salt water and taking cough drops. Oh, that sucks. You want to turn the stream around and draw nappies? No, I already, Hello, retro receptionist. Cuddly kitty is nicer than a pissy. He's both, Linda. That's the best part. He's both. Depending on the day, Zorro's a pissy little bitch, or he's a sweetheart. There's no in between. You can't just be normal. No. But yeah, I had somebody yesterday on YouTube leave me a response to a comment out on somebody else's video about the copyright stuff, and they wrote, silence, white whale, and what the Brits refer to as cigarette. And then somebody today just sent me the trans flag. That's all they sent me on Twitter. And I'm like, okay. Like, they think they do something with that. Like, oh, I'm going to scare all the trans flag. And I'm like, okay. I live your life, kid. Dude. The ones that are left over are truly mad people. There's these people that literally keep coming back every day to my Twitter to leave comments. And they're like, oh, you're such a loser. You keep responding. And I'm like, I'll respond either way because you're coming to my page and I love holding up a mirror. You are talking about people that word's actually right. Well, that's the problem. They don't understand it doesn't hurt me. It's okay, disappointed, because you know what? Honestly, all it does for me is tell me in 100% accuracy, it truly was just a hard pill for them to swallow. Oh, God, there's a fight going on. Oh. I'll be right back, guys. Somebody's fighting. Zorro, get down. Gotta move. What is going on? doing? Stop it, Hendrix! What were you doing? Hendrix. God almighty. Oh! Hendrix and Daisy and Aria were in a brawl. I mean a full out. The least expected three to have a fight. And Hendrix was going full on at Daisy. I've never seen him do that. This wasn't a... I'm out of breath because I had to chase him around. This wasn't a... I want a roughhouse. This wasn't a... I want to play. This was, I'm pissed at you. And the dogs are just sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, guys. Like, the dogs were completely lost. Don't know what started the fight. Don't care. Everybody got yelled at. Except for poor Daisy, because she literally did nothing wrong. She was just a victim in it. But God almighty. All right, let me rearrange this, because this is taking up a lot of the lighting on the desk. Was it a triple threat #1 contender match? Let me tell you something. I don't know what the fuck it was. Somebody was pissy. Greta, it's fine. I'm not the one hurt. And Daisy was just sitting there like, what did I do? And I was wishing they could be home with their pets instead of, yeah, that's why I stayed home. I worked from home for a while. And let me tell you something. My animals are not happy that I'm not home anymore. They all of them have been acting weird ever since I went back to real life work. Now that I am always at work, especially at the restaurant, because the restaurant is a big gig. You need to do a lot. Yeah, Kitty, let me tell you something. It was bad. Everyone had puff tails, and Aria comes like a cannonball at them. So, like, when Hendrix, when I got out there, the fighting had stopped for a second. And then Hendrix just launched at Daisy again. So I shouted again. And then, whatchamacallit? Hendrix, Aria cannonballed at Hendrix. So yeah, it was crazy. Let me see something. This happened last time too. Oh, you guys could hear me yelling. Ah, that's why. I didn't know you could hear me. Yeah. I tried to mute the mic because I thought it was my... I didn't want you to hear me screaming like that because it was bad. I muted the mic. I thought it was done, but yeah. That was me from another room, by the way, guys. I was in a completely different room. No, I think my neighbors heard you. Yeah, now you know how I sound when I'm pissed. And that was me a good 25 feet from the mic. That's what you were hearing. Link for taco? I suppose. Scaly. You yell so loud, my dogs went to their beds. My windows are closed too. Listen. Invite guests. Copy link. You got to check Discord, Chaco. Let me see, where is it? There it is. Paste. and send. Yeah, I had no idea you guys could hear me. That's funny. Now you know why usually my animals obey me, though. Because my goal is usually stop them just with the yell, which that works a lot. So fun fact, guys, a lot of times it's a sound shock that helps you. We heard the evil that was unleashed. Could you hear the cats screaming at each other? It was insane. And then in here, if you heard a hiss really close to the mic, that was Zorro, because I put him down to get out into the kitchen, and he stayed in here. And he's in here huddled next to the printer. Well, then Hendrix starts us aloud. A cat text. I can't. I gotta put that. I have had to utilize that voice on my nieces and nephews when they've bitten each other. So, yeah. My dog only reacted to hey. Yeah, that's all they need. So I really want, man, half of the cats I want cuddles. He's on me right now. As soon as I came back in, he's like, okay, are you done? Because it's time again. They're all fine now. Axel and Orion are usually the two that get that voice. I rarely have to yell at the other ones like that. I get it. I've got a dog with aggression issues, and sometimes you got to get loud and scary. It's my automatic every time. I would rather get loud and scary and have them hit the deck than, have something truly bad happen. Hello, Choco. Because you have nothing on the screen, I'm just going to have you like that. Also, we can't hear you, darling. Might want to fix your mic.
Better?
Better.
Okay. Hi, how are ya? So you're doing good. That's good.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I'm
trying, sister.
Don't try. Do. Just do it!
She's known me too long. No, because the problem is, guys, like right now, so my friend, who also happens to be my boss, did me in advance on my paychecks to catch up on some bills. Yay, great. This is a little inside on what's going on with the old Star Sun. The bug control place I have, I need them because I live where the banjos play. So the insects are wild and cruel. However,
because insects aren't wild and cruel anywhere else.
Listen, let me tell you something. They're special in the South of America. And so, because I've got every flora and fauna you can think of. She does have a lovely voice. She doesn't like to say it, but she does.
Do you have a unicorn?
I don't have a unicorn yet that I
Why don't you have a unicorn then?
Because I'm not in Ireland.
Unicorns aren't in Ireland, innit? So you don't have all the flora and fauna, do you? Do you?
Who wants me to mute the sponge?
You're not allowed to mute me.
I mean, I am allowed to mute you.
No,
I'm having Irish cream in my coffee. Does that count? But
what the hell is Irish cream?
It's a flavoring we have here. Think of Bailey's Irish cream.
Is it alcoholic?
No, but it tastes.
Disappointed. No, disappointed. It doesn't.
But anyways, so listen. So the bug people, you guys have owed a bill at least once in your life, correct? When you owe a bill, they usually take out, like, they'll try every 3 days, every 4 days. They'll give you a chance. Not my bug company. They literally 24/7 will scan your bank account to take the payment out. And I mean that sincerely. 24/7. How I know? Last night at 8 o'clock, I put in the money for the bills. We scheduled all the payments. This morning at 7 a.m., the bug company took out one of the money that was meant for another payment. I called them flipping out. I'm like, I already talked to you. You were supposed to put me on pause. And I actually okay, so I don't normally cry, but when I'm frustrated after having the same conversation, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you ever want to get through to a bill collector, cry without screaming or swearing, but cry. And I told him, I'm like, I have more important bills than my bug people. I said, these are important bills that I need to secure my financial future that I have to catch up on. I've already spoken to you people. I said, this is an issue. This is a problem. I should be able to have money in my account without worrying about you people taking it out. They refunded me the money.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah, now I've got to fix the bill again because they didn't take out the payment because the money wasn't in there, and it is an actual important bill. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I'm so glad I don't have to pay any bills.
Excuse you?
Well, I'm living at home.
Ugh.
Well, I'm in college,
The
so
privileged youth of America and the world.
I know. Also, I'm lucky because Dublin is one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive, capital in Europe.
You heard it, boys. She's in Dublin and she's single.
What about the girls?
Okay, you heard it, girls. You heard it.
Don't exclude.
Chaco, you ride the fine line? I didn't know.
No, but it's fun to fuck with people.
I mean, that's literally... Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind?
Never mind. But yeah, so it's been a crazy last few weeks.
When do you not have crazy weeks, though?
Oh, it really has been, honestly. But let me tell you, before you tell me, because I want to hear yours, what's funny is somebody, when I first opened up the restream, somebody was talking about shepherd's pie. Now, this is where you can crucify me or confirm it. So my restaurant, the one I work for, we are doing a St. Patrick's Day parade in another town. And my boss, she's Vietnamese. So she knows fuck all about Irish food. She said, what's Irish food that we could do? And I said, well, we could do soda bread, bread pudding. I said,
I've never had soda bread pudding, but soda bread is Irish, so okay, you're fine for now.
And I said, and we can make shepherd's pie pasties.
Pasties.
I know, but we say
American. Pasties are more English.
Listen, do you think anyone in North Kakalaka is going to know that they're more of an English thing than an Irish thing?
They should.
They won't, and you know it.
But they should.
That'd be like me asking you to identify the difference between a North Carolinian, a South Carolinian, and a Virginian. Exactly. And so, like, but I figured these were nice, easy things because, you know, you got to make them in advance. You got to, you know, because it's a festival. So I'm going to be sitting at a booth all on my lonesome doing this. And her signal is shite. She shall return. See, I've gotten myself in a mess here thanks to Zorro and the markers because, you see, is it good now? Nope, still no good. She's not entering me. It is, but shepherd's pie is more than just meat. It's potatoes, ground beef, and vegetables. And I figured in a little tiny handheld pie walking around at a festival. You good now?
Am I?
I think so.
Okay, grand.
Perfect.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about how right I am about everything. I heard you say it.
No.
I heard you say it. Clear as day. Chat heard it too.
Chat, back me up.
Listen. You know, maybe I'm getting a little tired. Suddenly I gotta turn off the stream. What do you think, chat?
I mean, that's old age for you.
That actually sounds... It's actually not that hard to make if you get empanada shells. if you're going to cheap it a little bit, you go and you get empanada shells, and then you just make the mashed potatoes. You pan sear some ground beef and get the appropriate vegetables and a good gravy going, and you're good. Then it's just a little scoop of each, and you roll them up like empanadas.
Okay. No. Just no. A pasty, if you're going for the proper English pasty, is basically short crust pastry that's like completely wrapped pie.
That's an empanada shell.
No, it's not.
Yes. Oh, really? Tell me the difference. Go ahead. Go on.
I don't want to know the difference. I don't care.
You don't know the difference. Literally.
Don't say what it is. It's fucking puff pastry or short crust pastry. Usually puff pastry.
Yeah, exactly. Empanada is not a pie. Empanada is a shortbread or it's usually either with lard or shortening, but it's the same
lard.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
You make it with lard?
Yeah, because we like flavor.
Make it with butter.
Trust me, on this you'll want lard.
Butter.
Lard.
Butter.
Lard.
Lard arse, you are indeed.
I'm the lard of butter. I couldn't help it.
So a bread bowl. No, it's like an enclosed. How do you describe this?
Okay. Imagine a Hold on, you started saying other things and I forgot. Okay, so not nope, not that. Hold on, not a pizza, a calzone. Imagine a calzone, but much smaller, guys.
No, you don't make it with lard. You use it with butter. If it's English, it's butter.
So you don't have lard in England?
No, we do. But you use that for pancakes. And we don't call it lard, we call it fat.
Okay, it's both. Listen, you can say fat ass or lard ass.
Someone a lard arse.
Not
I mean, they do.
Dumplings are different. Dumplings are usually steamed or pan fried, and dumplings are usually made with a basic flour dough and nothing else. Like
I should try making dumplings.
Huh?
I should try making dumplings.
I have made my own dumplings, and I gotta say I'm very happy with the results. The key thing when you do it is make sure you put ginger and scallions in your ground pork, or the flavor's just not going to be right. But yes, as long as you add into your ground pork, you get the ginger, you get the scallions, make sure those are in there, and then obviously I would highly recommend garlic as well, some form of garlic.
Oh, I'm not cooking without garlic.
Okay, perfect. But the one fun thing you can do, Choco, if you're really feeling adventurous, if you like soup dumplings, I know how to make soup dumplings, guys. This is really cool. You get plain gelatin and you get a really rich bone broth, okay? And you make a jello, okay? Make
jello?
A jello,
okay.
Right, out of this, and then you cut it into cubes. And then when you make your buns, make sure there's no opening on the bottom. You place the meat in, and then you place a little cube of jello on top of the meat, and then you close off the dumpling completely. So when
guys, put meat in your buns.
Yeah, right in between the crack. And
little bit of fat on the top, just nice.
And then you pinch it off into a little hole. And and here's what I will tell you though: when you eat that afterwards, because the gelatin melts, creates a soup dumpling. So good. Gnocchis aren't dumplings, although you're thinking, disappointed optimist, you're thinking more along the lines of like dumplings that go in a dumpling soup like they do in the South.
I mean, aren't they just like potato dumplings?
Gnocchis are more of a pasta than anything, but they are made with potato, yeah.
Oh, anyway, Irish foods. You could just do a stew.
Yeah, but the problem is, so here's the biggest problem with that. Then we have to have a pot that we have to keep to heat. Okay? We have to prevent bugs and other outside things from getting into the liquid. And we have to constantly scoop and put into containers. Whereas the little tiny bread puddings will be in little mini pie tins that we can just give, and they can take it with them. And with the pasties, whatever the fuck you want to say, those, you literally just hand it to them.
Yeah, you could
that's
make
it.
box tea.
Huh?
You could make box tea.
All right, explain.
They're potato pancakes, basically.
Again, we'd have the problem with that is that you have to make them fresh on site, and so
Not necessarily.
well, they get gummy because the problem is, remember, we're trying to. Whenever you do this, I want you to think about it this way: you're not going there to see a food truck or going there to see a carnival person. You're going there to see a restaurant that represents their catering as well. So if you're going there, you eat a pancake, right, and it's a little gummy because it's been out for a while. Is that really going to inspire you to say, yeah, I want them to cater my baby shower? Or, yes, I want them to cater my wedding? And so that's the thing. We're trying to make sure whatever we have is something that even if it gets a little chilled, even if it does sit out for a little bit, it's still good. So the custard...
You could make some scones.
Huh?
You could make scones.
Scones are good, but they would take too much time. We don't have we do everything on stovetop with gas. Not enough is made inside the stove. We have a very small one. So that's the other problem that we face. As I said, my boss is Vietnamese, so everything is wok hei with her. And so if you can't get that that fire, the breath of fire from it, she don't want nothing to do with it. For what? Huh? Oh, I'm talking about, so what we're doing, by the way, hi Rachel, and everyone else if I haven't said hi, because obviously the fight that broke out distracted me. What I'm talking about is there's an event that's going to be going on in not this weekend, but next weekend that I am going to be hosting in another town representing my restaurant. Well,
wait, you're in charge of this?
Oh, you don't know, do you? I'm the manager of the restaurant, girl. I'm second in command.
Oh, shit. Who decided that? That's dangerous.
Listen, let me tell you something. I've been walking in. That's what I did all day yesterday. It's one of the reasons why I'm so tired. So I was up and I was going to shut up. And I was going to I was going to get editing done yesterday. It was a whole plan involved. Well, my boss calls and she goes, "What you doing?" And at that moment, I had just finished feeding all the animals. And I had sat on the couch for 2 minutes. So, of course, we all know that meant Zorro was on me. And so I was sitting there with Zorro on my chest, Orion on my hip. And we were just relaxing for a minute. And I'm like, oh, well, I just fed all the animals. And I was going to have myself a little breakfast. And she goes, "We need to sort out the catering stuff today." And I went, oh, okay. So I spent the most of the day from pretty much noon all the way up until 8 o'clock last night. Going over different things, payment ideas for the associates, scheduling things, going over events, and then we sorted out all of her catering equipment, which was substantial. And there is still more that we have not put up. And then on another day, I have to sort out her kitchen, which her private kitchen is full of a lot of equipment for the catering that she also uses for herself. And the storage unit for her apartment / the restaurant needs sorting and organizing as well. And then we need to start sorting out the lake house so we can get that turned into an Airbnb. So I have to go there and delegate that, because the problem is, while everyone is much more physically fit than me and more financially stable than me, none of them know how to organize shit. Whereas I am excellent at organizing all that shit and delegating.
Apart from being on time, of course.
Shut the fuck up. Only reason I can't
deny it.
Today,
didn't deny it.
Today I can't.
You can't deny it at any stage.
Chaco.
Yes.
You and I both know that
you're always late. Exactly. Yeah, I know.
Your definition of late is if I click on the button a millisecond after it hits 12.
That's after 12. You're late.
Yeah. No. And so...
Yeah.
So that's why anytime you guys hear her say I'm late, understand she means literally if the clock strikes 12 and that's when I hit the stream button, she considers me late.
If you want to be on time, be 5 minutes early.
That's a no.
That's a yes.
That's a no. No, see,
yes.
I'm not on odd scientist. It's not fair.
It is fair. You see, stream's on me. They're on my side.
No, only one of them is disappointed optimist. And let me tell you something. She is
Serenity
not
is
correct.
agreeing.
Listen,
I am
I'm going
correct.
to. They're agreeing with you to make
Don't
me
be so
angry.
salty. Just accept that you're wrong.
I am
It's
not
easy.
wrong.
Just say, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
I'm sorry
Forgive
you
me.
were wrong. I forgive you.
Bitch. Anyway,
Oh,
back.
So Red,
to the-
as hold on, shut up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so Red asked what we're drawing. I am finishing the drawing of Aviana that I started the other day. And because Aviana is one of my characters that I can just freaking draw her and not even think about it. And thank you for congratulating me on 11,000. It happened pretty quickly. Now I am stuck again at 11,300. So I'm going to have to do another video on Tess Holiday to fix that. But I digress. Because apparently she is the magic sauce. If I cover her, a lot of the algorithm doesn't cut me out. But I still like what I did the other day. I think that video was pretty darn good. Some people said it was an L. Did you see the video I posted, Chaka?
Which one?
The one about the feminists?
Which one was that?
The one about the feminists on the Vice panel?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, a lot
Why
of
are
people
they saying it was an L?
They said it was the rare Starson L, and I was like, well, one, thank you for saying my L's are rare, but what makes it rare? And I think what people, which is a very leftist idea in my opinion, were mad that I was criticizing a woman with no legs.
Her legs have nothing to do with it. Her attitude is shite.
Right, her attitude was absolutely shit. Look, I won't deny that outside of that panel, I went and I peeped a lot of her socials. She does have some valid views on handicaps and the parking, the accommodations. I agree. But what she complains about has absolutely nothing to do with feminism.
I mean, the majority of what they were complaining about on that interview thing was nothing to do with feminism. The only ones who kept the point were Sydney and Pearl.
Right, and that other young lady in the front who actually, I remember her name. The young lady.
I know who you're talking about.
Right, the pretty girl with the upturned nose and the long hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I will say.
Not Jingle Jangle, obviously.
No. The worst thing is Jingle Jangle is a pretty girl. She's just psychotic. Like, that's the problem. Like, number one, my biggest issue with that panel was, again, this is something where how many times have we said it to the BOPO movement? You know, look at me. I am a perfect example. Okay, guys, I am a perfect example. Okay, I have been in a calorie.
I'm modest too.
Now. I'm modest too, right? I'm a perfect example of all you've got to do is move. All you have to do is move. I was doing minimal exercising to build up muscle and stamina, but I was not pushing myself because I don't want to hurt myself for valid reasons. Look what happened to poor Jamie. When you push yourself too hard, you can damage yourself irreparably, and then it's worse. But when it comes to calories in, calories out, and just being better, I hate do better, but I'm losing weight, guys. I've already measured at least twice on my scale, but obviously I swell a lot because of the pain. I've already measured twice in the 80s. I am already down to 380 on some days, depending on how much swelling I have, because obviously my joints are bitches. So
you go, Glen Coco.
But think about it, Chaco. I was in the I want to say 415, 420. Just
yeah, I remember you telling me you were about 420 before when you started.
Right. So I want you to think about that, guys. I've only been working here since the end of January, beginning of February. I have not been doing it that long. And I have already lost at least 30 pounds. At least.
Disappointed? You shouldn't be disappointed. You should be happy.
I lost 100 pounds. Did you know that rapid weight loss can burn the fat around your kidney and cause it to... Exactly. You have to be careful. Exactly what Disappointed said. It's a matter of just by walking, right? All I did was wash dishes and walk faster. That's all I did, guys.
Walk.
But I want you to think about it. How many of these women will say, I've tried everything? But have you? Have you tried everything? Have you actually tried everything?
You don't even need to work that hard at it. Literally, I walk 2 miles a day, and it's enough to keep me in shape. Bear in mind, I have like a huge ass bag on my back, but
Right, but you're carrying, like, that's the thing. When I say push yourself, I don't say do what I did the other night and wash dishes for 4 hours because you have this inflated sense of, well, if I say I'm a manager, I've got to do it, because I got yelled at for it. She's
yeah,
like,
you gotta do it.
But that was my thought. She said, well, you should have gotten someone else to help you. I'm like, everyone else did the parts I asked them to do. I delegated. They did it. This was my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Was I in pain? I'm still in pain from it? Absolutely. But guess what? I recovered in less than a day. Whereas when I first started working, it took me a week and a half to recover from that kind of strain.
Yeah, you complained a lot during that period.
Because I was in a lot of fucking pain.
Mm.
I did more work on Sunday than I have in that first week. And that's the thing, Rachel. I have to. But see, Gothics keeps pushing me. She's like, you should talk about your weight loss, but I know it will deter me if I do. Because then I won't want to talk about it. I'll find it annoying on times when I have any... This is not just about views and clicks and money. This is about my future. So talking about it, I need to make sure it's successful for me more than successful for YouTube. But I have gotten a lot of... Right. And so I have gotten encouragement from fellow YouTubers, from you, my community and stuff. And it isn't all about eating. But I will say this, guys. Somebody in the Discord brought it up. And this is really cool. Who here remembers Super Size Me? We've all seen it. Or at least heard about it.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
You've never heard about it?
No, I have. Even all the way over the pond here, we've heard about it.
Right. So, Super Size Me came out. And then a decade later, who heard about the science teacher that did the McDonald's diet? Who heard about that guy who ate nothing but McDonald's for 90 days and he got healthier? He got better.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, and it's so... Here's the thing, okay? Kiana Doherty or Kiana. Either way, you guys should go watch Kiana's latest video. When I tell you, it is, in a word, astounding. Because what's hilarious is Starman had literally just said to me, hey, remember that guy that did the McDonald's thing? And because we were talking about weight loss and healthy eating, and he was like, that guy lost weight. Yeah, but that guy lost weight eating... For the first 2 meals of the day, he would eat the egg white delight, and then he would eat a salad in the afternoon. He wouldn't.
That doesn't count.
Right, and guess what? McDonald's doesn't sell any of those healthy options anymore. None of them. One of my favorite things they used to have was this grilled chicken wrap, and it was like a full bar of vegetables in it. You had romaine lettuce, you had red peppers, green peppers, cucumbers. It was great.
I'm pretty sure we still have that here.
Yeah, they got rid of it here because nobody wants it.
Well, also you have to keep up with the whole fattest nation trend.
Well, this is the thing, right? So this guy, if you look at what Kiana uncovered, the motherfucker was paid by McDonald's to do it. He was trying to say that this wasn't about McDonald's, even though everything he said was about McDonald's. And the thing is, if you looked at Super Size Me, because he started making it sound like you could totally eat McDonald's and you could be fine. Yes, if you eat the salads and you eat only egg whites and you eat only white cheddar instead of processed American cheese and whole eggs, and you don't have a biscuit, you have a English muffin instead, yeah, it's going to be different. If you have salads and vegetables and fruit in the afternoon and milk rather than a soda, yes, it's going to be different. And the thing is, if you look to Super Size Me, he ate unhealthy for every meal. He ate nuggets and burgers and fries and milkshakes. So, yeah, the McWrap, that's what it was. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, they've still got it here.
Yeah, we don't have it anymore, which I'm very sad about. They also used to have for a while. There was this burger they had that I absolutely adored, and it was the grilled onion cheddar burger, and it was literally just a patty, white cheddar, and grilled onions.
Oh,
Very
I have a question.
What?
What's the nickname for St. Patrick's Day in the US?
St. Patty's Day.
Okay, good. You say patty.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Yeah. No, some idiot today, because I was walking in town, because it was a nice day. A guy was like, "Are you excited for St. Patty's Day?" And I was like, "Oh." I cringed internally so hard.
It's very hard. Like most people colloquially will say patty. Like they're saying the T, but they're pronouncing it as a D. And like Derp just wrote, most of the time we will write it with the D's because we know that that's more what it's pronounced over, across the pond. And so that's what we'll do. But whatchamacalls it?
I don't know what corner this idiot was from, but
I mean, they were on your side of the pond and they were saying it. So, girl.
Oh no, it was a tourist.
Oh, okay. Wait, what do their accents sound like?
American.
Okay, but what kind of American?
I
Did it
don't know.
sound like my kind of American? Did it sound like this kind of American?
No, it wasn't Southern. I think if anything, I'd say it's close. It's close to LA.
Oh God, that's why they pronounce
Cali from the Valley.
Oh my God, that's because like they pronounce their letters better. No, you know a Midwest because they talk a little. Hold on, let me get this. Oh, why don't ya? Yeah, you'll get a little bit of that. Why don't ya? You'll know it. You'll know it.
No, they weren't Canadian.
Well, that's
they were too
Midwest
rude to be Canadian.
So they were more like this, and oh my God,
they said like a lot.
Like oh my God,
like totally God. Like oh my God.
Yeah, probably they were either California or they were either Oregon, California, or Washington.
Oregano.
And see, so the other day, were they blonde? Yes, Quiet Christmas. Were they blonde?
No.
Really? What color?
Brunette.
Oh, that's a travesty.
And it was a guy.
Oh my God, he was gay.
Oh, he was so gay.
Oh yeah,
at least yeah, he was definitely brunette. The tips were pink.
But whatchamacalls, what was I gonna say? So the other day I was talking to my coworkers and I was like, well, send a Matt to the market and we were gonna go get something to eat. And they go, the what? I said, the market. And they said, the what? I said, the market. They went, oh, you mean the grocery store? I said, that's a fucking market.
Do me a favor, say Peter in that accent.
Peter.
Thank you.
Family Guy gets it right.
He was a dark ginger. No, gingers don't exist. They're not actual human beings.
This story getting worse by the second. There's no such thing as brown, just dark orange. He was a dark ginger.
Gingers don't. Gingers don't exist. All right, they don't.
I mean, their souls don't. That's for sure.
Exactly.
RP6. Where's RP6? I require you. Let me sneak past y'all.
I'm so sorry that you dated a ginger. That must have been
true. I dated a ginger once.
Did you come out with your soul intact? I mean, not your common sense, obviously. They're not your real cousins.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you want me to say it, what Linda just said? Because I got a whole spiel. Hold on, where it is.
Park car in Harvard Yard.
I want you to go ahead. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it the normal way. Park the car in the Harvard Yard.
That's not how you say it normally.
But that's the normal way when you pronunciate all of your letters.
Nah, fuck that. That's too much time.
I'm going to go park my car down there in Cranston. I'm going to go get my khakis. I'm going to go park the car in the Harvard Yard. Hey, James. Yeah, I didn't know until it was too late. Yeah, I could do a GPS voice. So, let me see. Attention, Walmart customers. The time is now 12:45. If you have any items, you should bring them to the front as our registers will be closing in 15 minutes. Again, the time is now 12:45. We will be closing in 15 minutes. Thank you so much for shopping at Walmart, where you save money and live better.
Well, that's not what our GPS sounds like.
And what does your GPS sound like?
I don't know. I don't have a GPS. Yeah, I'm on stream, James. Welcome.
Chaco actually wanted
I mean,
to talk
the
today.
closest that we have would be. So when you get the Lewis, it'll announce next stop. Well, what is it? What is the stop?
I don't know,
Next
what is
stop,
the stop?
Windy Arbor. An headstad na glass sign.
Well, my favorite thing is when it goes like, so there's a road called Statesville, and she doesn't understand what an E is. Statusville Boulevard. And I'm like, bitch.
These are overrated.
I love E's, except for the E's that were on my fucking scale when it couldn't register me. That was annoying.
Okay, so Choco, take a guess at what I just ate. If it's not chocolate, you've disappointed me and I disown you.
I mean, is it a disappointment though? Sorry, I made you forget what marker.
Chocolate is love. Chocolate is life.
Okay, Shrek.
No, chocolate.
Is this the one I had? That is Hollyhock. That is not what I had.
I don't know what you had, but you don't had a brain.
Silence, child.
It's Mrs. Child to you. Did you guys hear about the new mummy they unearthed in Egypt last week? No. Don't you dare say white chocolate. That's disgusting.
Say what now?
There was a new mummy unearthed in Egypt last week.
I feel out of the loop. Someone needs what? Someone help Starson out. Where is it? What is it? Chaco, you have free hands. I'm trapped by a cat. Help me.
Excuses. Give me a second. I need to find a reliable source.
Hello, fly. Goodbye, fly.
Type.
She's a scientist. She'll find what she's looking for.
Yeah, I'm actually like super picky when it comes to sources, but the Smithsonian magazine seems reliable.
I've heard of them once or twice.
Let's see. Archaeologists have announced a new host of discoveries at the tombs of, I'm going to butcher this name, Saqqara, I want to say.
That's actually not bad. That's accurate.
Ancient Egyptian capital of Memphis, including a 4,300-year-old mummy covered in gold leaf. Ew, fancy.
Damn.
Mummy, the remains of a man named, oh, this is going to be horrible, Hecashepis? Hecashepis, maybe? I don't know. Was found in a sealed stone sarcophagus.
Hold on. Type it in the chat.
God, you're so demanding.
I know.
To you,
what can I say?
There you go. You can.
All right, let's see. Now I gotta
do your thing.
Let's see.
I put my head inside. Okay.
To Saqqara. Okay.
Can you imagine discovering something like that, though?
It's probably Hecasheps, because I don't think they would pronounce the ES at the end, so it's probably Hecasheps.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Damn it, man, I'm a chemist, not an archaeologist.
Oh, Hawass is on this. Oh, God. All of the major people you see on, you got Hawass, you've got Owen Jaris, you've got Wagdi. All these people, if you watch History Channel for even 5 seconds, you'll recognize these names. These are people. I
don't have access to the History Channel. I live in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, sorry. Several other tombs were discovered at the site. According to the statement from Hawass on social media, they belong to a priest, let's see, Kumjadef, a judge-writer named Fatek, and a priest by the name of Messi. Another belonged to a royal official named Meri, who held the title of the Keeper of Secrets.
It's the Chamber of Secrets. They got that wrong.
This discovery is so important as it connects the kings and the people living around them. Alu Abdu Dashish, another archaeologist involved in the excavation, tells Catherine Armstrong, there's too many fucking names. All the finds date to the 5th and 6th dynasties of the Old Kingdom, approximately 2500 to 2100 BCE. In addition to the mummies, the excavation revealed statues, wall paintings, amulets, tools, and pottery. Hawass is especially interested in the variety of statues uncovered during the dig, as they offer insight into the old art of the Old Kingdom, according to CNN. The news finds comes on the heels of several other Egyptian archaeological discoveries announced in recent weeks, including new scans of the 2,300-year-old Golden Boy mummy and a cache of 2,500-year-old mummified crocodiles.
Crocodilians.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, though, that they found an intact tomb.
It's true. I mean, it's so rare these days, but at the same time, they're not quite sure really how rare it truly is. Because we have no idea what is out
How
there.
many tombs there are? Well, I saw somewhere, I don't know where this was or when this was, but one of the mummies, they did a scan, found out the mummy was a woman and was mummified whilst pregnant.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Although it could have been, obviously, I imagine they would have died beforehand. I hope so.
typically they don't mummify a living creature, so yeah. But
I mean, they could. You know what happened in the Mummy movie?
it's true. Listen, we don't need no yeah, no. Let me
I
tell
might
you.
watch that later. I love that movie.
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies. It's Matt said to me the other day, he was like, "You love Brendan Fraser making another mummy film." I'm like, "Yes, I would. Yes."
Brendan Fraser is cool.
He's a treasure. Excuse me, my God.
Ancient Aliens, the lizard people. It's Anunnaki. You'd know that if you'd watched.
Let me tell you something. There is some things that are genuinely cool that they have on those alien shows, though. Like, yes, some of the theories, but that's the thing. They're theories, guys. So you don't have to take it all seriously. These are a lot of scientists who are very bored. And, I mean, even the American government now is agreeing that that aliens are real. So it's not a matter of whether or not, we have knowledge of these things. What it comes down to is how much of it is just ancient technology that we're never going to figure out. And that's the thing I find the most fascinating about history and humans as a whole, is that we have this really pretty idea that we know exactly how everything was done, and we are so technologically advanced, and da-da-da-da-da. And then all you got to do is really take a good hard look at the pyramids, and we're like, maybe we weren't so great. Because, like, they're
Well, I mean, a guy figured out how we made the pyramids, without the use of aliens. Some French guy who had never visited them before.
And what did he say? You tell me, because I've not heard of this one.
So basically they created like a ramp on the inside of the pyramid, and they had notches, so they'd push it up and then there'd be a notch to stop it from going backwards. I'll see if I can find it and I'll send it to you.
I mean, that's very interesting, and I'd like to see that. But, like, for
Yeah.
me, what it comes down to is the fact of the matter is, we have a very limited understanding of what people were like in the past. And that does come down to a lot of times people didn't want, unlike us, where there is at least some form of, we see someone's technological advancements or someone's discoveries and we want to preserve it. Back then, that was a no-go. They didn't want anyone's, like, if you invaded Rome, and when you got to Rome, you found out Rome had this great technology for light bulbs or something that never was seen before. Back then, rather than say, wow, look what the Romans did, or, oh, even pretend they took it for themselves because they couldn't figure out how to do it, they would just destroy it and destroy all evidence of it. So that you would never know, and no one would ever know that you weren't as good as the Romans. Like, that's just how they did shit back then.
They recently discovered how to make Roman concrete.
Yes, I think there was blood involved.
I thought it was ash.
There was ash, and they said that the what's really cool about Roman concrete, and why she brings it up, guys, is Roman concrete is self-healing.
Which is why so many Roman buildings have withstood the test of time. So when they get wet, they regenerate.
Right, the silica in it regenerates, which is, like, incredible. Also, yes, one of the greatest losses of our time, the Library of Alexandria. A moment of silence.
A moment is done.
Oh, this okay. So that's a long video. That's an hour long, so I'll watch that after. But
Yeah,
thank
but
you.
it is really interesting.
It is really like here's what I will tell you guys. What's hilarious is what I love to sit and watch is History Channel, Animal Planet. And I am no expert, but I know more than the average person purely because I just pay attention. Yeah, the
Nerd.
Ark of the Covenant, that's something where there's like 5 different locations it could potentially be in. There's this really secretive I want to say it's in Jordan. There's a couple of different places around the globe where supposedly the Ark of the Covenant is being held. And nobody will know because it's in the secret room and only a few select people are allowed to see. And I'm like, okay. That's a whole thing. But, well, you had something to say. I heard it.
Who, me?
Say something. Yeah, you.
I just called you a nerd.
Of course I'm a nerd. See, but you can't call me one because you're one too.
Prove it.
I'm sorry, what are you what is your degree in again?
No comment.
Exactly.
Chemistry doesn't count.
Chemistry is literally like the definition of a nerd. I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm not
That's
a chemist.
Like literally.
I'm not a practicing chemist. It doesn't count.
Okay. Do you understand the systems and everything and how to be a chemist? And did you actively try to be a chemist?
I mean, I did a degree in it, but if you mean did I try to get a job in it? No.
No. That's just because you don't care. And plus because you're going for another degree now.
Yeah. I'll be a master.
So, okay, so you're trying to be a master chemist.
No, I'm trying to be a master computer nerd.
Oh, so you're a nerd. Thank you.
Fuck. I'm gonna blame it on the banana smoothie. It was obviously spiked with something.
See?
Oh, I found some
catch.
more
She
Irish
likes-
foods for you.
Oh, what Irish?
Have you ever heard of boring brack?
Not even a little bit.
It's basically like fruit bread.
Oh, so fruitcake.
Kind of. It's hard to describe. It's slightly different in the taste, but what you generally do, which I don't recommend that you do,
Oh, God.
it's a Halloween thing, so you hide something in the cake. Usually it'll be like a ring or a coin.
Ooh.
And if you find it, it means that you like get luck for the rest of the year.
You know, I don't think the health department would be okay with that.
No, but you can still make it without putting the, ring in it.
So that's kind of like King's bread, but that's usually a so King's bread here is usually a Mardi Gras thing. And what they do is they make a braided circle of bread and they put a little tiny figurine of Jesus somewhere usually as a baby, somewhere in the bread.
That's not morbid at all. Let's bake the baby.
And you supposedly get the blessings during Lent if you receive, the figurine in your piece of King's bread.
I mean, I know he died and all, but that's one way to do it.
I know, right? Stick him in an oven, yeah.
Chaka, what do you call a Christmas sweater? It's a jumper. It's a Christmas jumper.
Hey, why the hell do people call it a jumper? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why. It just is a jumper. It's not a sweater. It's weird.
It literally is because it wants to keep you warm. Sweater makes a lot more sense than jumper.
Alright, well, I'm going to Google it. The origin has nothing to do with the verb to jump, but comes from the dialect jump or jup, meaning a man's short coat or a woman's underbodice or tunic.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
It's derived from an old French word, jupe.
Aha, you're derived from French words.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Actually, no, it doesn't really make sense. Saxons were German. Weren't they? Am I getting this wrong?
Girl, Saxons were everything. They kept getting raped by half the... There is
but they're more Germanic than anything. Yeah, I'm right. It's fine. It's fine. It's good enough.
All she needs to know is she was right. It's good enough.
It's good enough. I mean, that's all science is. It's good enough.
It's good. We figured out most of it. Well, this is something where I think you have not been on my nightly streams on Mondays.
Yeah,
But-
because they're 3 a.m.
Oh, all I hear is whining and bitching. But, like, a lot of folks don't like that science, a lot of science, especially when it comes to, like, archaeology and paleontology, is guesswork. Oh, Moon, thank you,
You're
honey.
so sweet.
You don't have to. Thank you, Moon. Honey, she's been donating to me lately, and I love it, but I'm just like, oh, thank you, guys.
You're so cute, Moon.
It's been, well, see, Moon knows a lot. Moon and I talk a lot, and she knows that more than most people know. Like, I feel very bad. A lot of my commissioners still have mail to receive their stuff, and that's just because, number one, I did not realize how expensive it got to even send those. Each of those packages costs like $8 to send.
Yikes.
And yours will cost even more. Yours.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Mine is ridiculous.
So to send them all out is going to cost me well over like $100 or $150 to send everything.
Yeah,
and I feel so bad, and I'm just like, I'm gonna send them. But when? And so that's why, honestly, I have stopped advertising for commissions for a long while, because I just do not. Oh my god! And then Pluribus always comes out in the back end with a thank you, guy.
Got an end of year bonus from work. Nice and very generous of you.
Thank you guys so much. They did this last night too. And so I was a fool, and I played the Block Island Fairy song on. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now while I'm on the video with you. I played.
What do you mean you were a fool?
I played the Block Island Fairy song on my stream, and I did not. And I thought I got the 15 seconds. I did not. So I technically got a copyright on that. So I have to fix that now, because I don't know if super chats on a copyright.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person.
I know, that's why I gotta fix it.
Yeah, you can ask Vanessa.
Nah, I'm just gonna whatchamacallit. I'm just gonna go in and fight the copyright, which isn't that hard to do. All you do.
I didn't do it. There.
You knew it. View options.
It wasn't me. Yeah, shipping is ridiculous, but also even posting here is ridiculous. Like,
it's still checking that I can do it. Oh gosh.
If I want to send a letter to someone who's on the other side, like on the other coast, it would cost me €7 to €10, and that's in the same country. I also have to pay import tax on anything from the UK. And in case people didn't know this, Ireland doesn't have its own Amazon. We have to use amazon.co.uk.
Ooh.
So every time I get something in from Amazon, I have to pay. Well, it depends, actually. It depends where it's coming from. But sometimes, like, for example, if I'm getting epoxy resin for art shit, I have to pay 20% import tax.
Damn.
Yeah, and epoxy resin is not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's like, if I want to get 2 liters, which is usually what I get, it costs me about €100.
Fudge.
Which is why I haven't been doing any epoxy in quite a while.
Right. Well, it's like, if you guys notice, I haven't really been using the markers because, I have this big set, but if I draw everything with markers, this big set's going to go real quick. And so I have been very careful about what I've been utilizing, because right now some of the inks and everything, they come from overseas, so the prices in the markers go up. And so it's just, it's a whole thing, guys. The whole thing. And that's why when it came to shipping out the commissions, I've gotten several people like, when am I going to get it? And I'm like, listen, it is not for lack of want. If I could just send it, I would. But I got to get them all done at once. So that way everybody gets theirs and no one's like, oh, I got mine. Did you not get yours? No, I didn't get mine.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's better to do it at once so that people don't get bitchy.
right. Well, as a whole, not through.
Esteban, I'm ignoring you. We can't be friends anymore. Not that we were friends anyway, but like anyway.
God Almighty. But yeah, so it's just so much, so much.
Ireland, I think that's where I get my supper. Oh, super sweatiness. Ew.
But let me tell you something. I cannot wait till the next election. We we need something to change.
You know there's something wrong if he gets in again, right?
Oh, if he gets in again, they can't deny. There's I've had a couple of followers tell me their parents are like, I don't know why you're mad at Joe Biden. He's the best president ever. And we're like, okay.
Have they looked at anything to do with the economy recently? I mean,
Oh,
it's affecting over here even because, we copy everything you guys do.
it's Trump's fault. Of course.
Oh, how silly of me. Forgive me.
As long as you learned your lesson.
Every time there's an import anything, I have to pay 25% of the value plus postage. Ouch. Yeah, that's about the same for me. You know what's crazy is that even if I buy resin from Ireland, it still costs the same amount. Actually, no, it costs me more. It costs me more. It costs me €110 to get resin from here, like in
Ew.
Ireland. And I get less resin, and it's shittier quality.
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
It's horrible.
That's disgusting. Whatchamacallit it though? What was I saying? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah,
What,
did
you
you guys hear? There was another train derailment the other day, and last night there was a chemical bomb. A whole chemical plant went up in smoke.
I'm sorry, what is going on?
And
I
they're
heard about the
all in
chicken thing.
Ohio. All of it's in Ohio. The chemical plant, Ohio. The second train derailment, Ohio. What the fuck is going on in Ohio?
Yeah, what is going on in Ohio?
Is there a song about this?
Ahoyans?
Ahoyans. Like, I mean, what's up? The dogs even came in because my voice started going up. But like, shit getting wonky around here, kids.
I mean,
These derailments.
something is suspicious.
Well, so of all people, Vice did a hot take on this. They were like, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm sorry,
So-
Vice?
Vice! They
Ugh.
they sent a news crew and they said that they even interviewed this guy who was in the train inspection safety for 27 years. He said before, when he was in, they had, I think, 8 minutes to check each train, right? For
Right.
safety. It's 30 seconds now.
I'm sorry, what?
30 seconds. They have to check a train and all right, who here in America has driven on a highway, usually one that has the long hauls on it, and it is littered with tires? We're talking bits of tires all over the road all the time. Has anyone else noticed that? If you're wondering why you see that, that's because a lot of the weigh stations have been shut down across America, and they've been shut down for years now. The weigh stations that were super important to make sure that trucks that were driving long haul, that their tires weren't blowing out, that their tires weren't having excessive weight on them. So, yep, and I know for a fact after 40 and Mitchell are definitely in two different locations. Rachel is in a different location. So if you look around next time you're driving the highway, take a peek. Take a peek at the weigh stations, and you'll notice half of them are closed.
We
Okay.
don't have tires, we have greater potholes.
Exactly. But it's true. And here's the other thing they do. Yeah. Watch next time, Optimus. Look next time. You will see there's the weigh stations are always empty, or the trucks are merely parked at them to sleep. If you look, you'll always see they're always closed. Okay. And the reason they did that was back, I want to say in the early 2010s, they started making truckers drive longer with heavier loads to make it
Because that's
cheaper.
not dangerous at all.
Not dangerous at all, but you notice the increase in the burst tires. I don't see people talking about this. I notice this. This is all anecdotal. This is all my own knowledge. But I looked up that all of these weigh stations were closed down, and I've talked to several truckers. No, Zor, you can't right now. My shoulder's fucking killing me. I literally can't sit for more than 2 minutes, Chaco. It's not even a joke. He starts begging to be held. And I think it's because I'm at work all the time now. This isn't like a couple of days or a week. This is now,
He
we're going on
really
months.
needs baby.
A very needy baby. And so, you want to sit up here, you can sit up here, but you're not sitting on my shoulder. Here. No. No, 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 no.
And that right there, folks, is cookie moment number 1.
There you go. No. Stay right there. And so, whatchamacallit? So, they're doing the same thing with the trains now. A lot of regulation that was meant to take care of the trains is gone. So all the ways that we saved money, the only ways they could save money was cutting corners where it was most important. Don't give me that look, sir. He is glaring me down. You guys can't see it, but right here, I'm getting direct eye contact of the highest order.
That's good for you.
And so this is a problem that is going on. And the government is doing fuck all to stop it.
Well, I mean, the government probably wants their cut.
Oh, I imagine it's something to do with more regulations and lobbyists and everything else. Because there's just
absolutely, it always is.
I can't. If you want to see, it was very eye-opening. Do yourselves a favor, go watch that Vice video on it. It's crazy.
So Vice actually did it good?
They did a good job. Like they were coming out against the government. I was shocked.
Because Vice used to be okay, so maybe they're turning it.
They have no choice now. Everyone is actually going against. Like, here's the thing: if you look at it, this is one thing I said to everybody, and it's ringing true. Whether or not the media likes it, people are getting very tired of woke culture, of insanity, and the fact is, just because if you shout long enough that something is true doesn't make it true. It's like somebody, I think it was Rachel. Somebody sent me a video. It was either Rachel or it was Edie. Sent me a video, and the video was either Family Guy or it was, I'm pretty sure it was Family Guy. It was a donkey talking to a guy, and he was saying, Kevin Bacon's not in Footloose. The donkey says this, and the guy goes, yes, he was. It's well known. No, he wasn't in Footloose. And he just keeps saying it back and forth over and over again, repeating that, nope, he wasn't in. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, that is literally like talking to a leftist. Well, I've never said that. This is not happening. This is the greatest time our country's ever been around. Like they keep repeating a lie long enough and hard enough so they don't have to see what's going wrong.
It's true. Even in Canada, people are sick of wokeness in the government. Well, I mean, yeah. Also, how did Trudeau get back in?
Again, that was right around the time that Biden just got in, and they were still on that high of we hate Trump. So I honestly, that's how he got back in. I think it was just a storm because let me tell you something. People despise him now. You never hear about him anymore. You never hear him talking in the media. Why? Because he is absolutely fucked. It's ridiculous.
And Biden has yet to visit East Palestine.
He went all the way to Ukraine, and then
does he know where that is?
Let me tell you something. What's going on there is absolutely putrid. You sit there and you tell, like, they just got people, government officials, to go and drink the water begrudgingly, and they were like, well, we'll drink the water too, which is such an Obama move. Obama did that to Flint, Michigan. He went and he did this like ceremonial drinking of a cup in Flint to kind of shame people for not wanting to drink the water. And no one even knows where that water came from. Zorro, for fuck's sake. I don't know if you see what he's doing, guys.
I mean, you do realize it was probably bottled water that he drank anyway.
You see what he's doing?
No.
Can you see how Zorro's leaving the desk? Guess where he's leaving to? My shoulder.
Oh.
Just fucking finish it, Zorro. Bro.
That's what she said.
He's just sitting there with one leg down, like, are you going to toss me off? No, because you'll just jump back up anyway. Just lay down. Lay down.
Huh?
And he's right back where he wanted to be, like the little shit that he is.
You love it.
I love him, but there's days when my shoulder needs a break. I'm actually getting a strain in my back from holding him every day, all day.
Are you sure it's just because of the cat?
It's the cat, trust me. You can't say I don't work hard anymore. So it's definitely this.
I mean, I wouldn't say that if you were on time.
I was on time.
No, you weren't.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You were 15 minutes late.
I was on Cassie time.
Cassie time isn't a thing.
It is now.
Just because you say it's a thing doesn't make it real.
It's real to me.
Don't tell me your truth. Tell the truth.
I'm telling us my truth is the truth.
Then what a lie. Okay, question. Is she wearing clothes or what?
She is. So what I'm doing is, right, see how that black line is right there?
Uh-huh.
So I'm doing her body first, and then there's going to be the thin veil color over it.
Oh, right. You know what would make this better?
There's no napples involved.
That's just disappointing.
Go cry.
Make everything better.
Cry harder. But
free the apple.
Listen, you want more napples? Fine. Patreons, I will be getting napples on the Patreon this week. How about that?
Not good enough. I want it everywhere. Put it on your YouTube.
Pluribus requested that I make face mask faces for cats and dogs to make little you know that little meme where you put the piece of paper over the cat's mouth and it makes it look like it's making faces?
Yes.
Do you want to join today, honey? Or when do you want to do? Moon's asking to join as well.
Moon can join. Moon is good crack.
Yeah,
not
Moon,
cocaine crack.
Join, honey? Let me see.
For anyone wondering, if an Irish person ever says to you, "What's the crack?" they're not asking for drugs. They're asking, "How is life?" They're asking, "What's up?"
What's the crack? You know what? That doesn't sound like something very appealing, young lady.
Crack, it's spelled the C-R-A-I-C. It means fun, life, joy, everything.
This boy got some kind of unknown substance on my card. I don't want to know what it is.
Some boy?
This boy.
Yeah, you don't want to know what it is.
I don't. I'm just gonna wipe it off and hope for the best.
Is it sticky?
No.
Is it white?
No.
Oh wait, you might be safe.
Oh no, he's got no balls. He can't do that.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
His balls have been missing since 2009. No, this is something else. I don't know what though.
Okay, well, no, you don't say what's cracking. Pluribus, that's right. That's how you spell it.
Well, we say what's cracking.
Yeah, that's just weird. What's cracking? Your bones if you say that to me again.
Crack-a-lackin'. Okay, I guess I got it off. Zoro, you're not allowed to sit on my art supplies anymore. What the fuck?
Or the better one for a greeting would be to say, "How are you?"
50. CG050. Oh, today. Okay, hold on, Moon. Let me. It should still be on my copy paste.
Copy it again.
Why?
Copy it again. Because it might have just needed to reboot or something. Whenever you double copy and paste it to someone, you know it's not going to work.
I don't like when you logic me like that.
My bones are cracking all the time. Greater than 50? You're still younger than Starson.
Ignore her.
You just can't handle the tooth.
Ignore the spongy child.
At least I'm not adult.
I mean, we know you're not an adult.
No, adult. Not adult. Adult.
She says, fuck you.
Cracking bones is fun. I like cracking my back.
Do you know that they finally proven that the cracking bones thing about,
it's bullshit. Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. You want how I know? I've been cracking my knuckles now for like 25 years. I would have knuckles the size of cauliflowers if it was true.
Yeah, well, a scientist did an experiment. He cracked all the bones on his hands on one hand for like years. And he didn't do it to the other hand. They're both the same.
Yeah, no difference. Because it's nitric acid. Moon!
Hello.
Hello, my darling.
Do you hear me?
Moon,
Yes.
yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Good. Google Chrome does work. You're right, Star Stan.
Hey,
How's
the thing is,
things?
it
I'm
it
doing fine.
it pairs better with Restream. That's why. I don't know why they do that way, but they do.
Oh, thank goodness, because I hate it when I come here and it's not working, and I feel a little embarrassed.
Oh, never be embarrassed. Trust me. You've seen me and Gothic's stream and Leon's stream. We all fuck up.
Yeah. And to answer you, Choco, I'm doing fine. Just like I mentioned before, my throat's a bit scratched up, so I'm just trying to eat softer foods and taking cough drops to help relieve any irritation.
Yeah, you should drink tea. Tea is good. Hot things.
Yeah, I also gargle with warm water a few times a day. That should
Uh-huh.
help. Yeah.
Also, another thing that might help, and this is just going to sound like me being an alcoholic. It's not, I swear. Whiskey.
Leave it to the
Maybe
Irish woman to mention
one day.
alcohol.
It's
Uh,
whiskey. Whiskey's great.
Yeah, we
yeah, I
know
don't.
it is,
Yeah, but
Chaco.
I don't drink much though because I don't like the taste of alcohol.
Oh, I actually hate whiskey myself.
Yeah.
So it does help though, because it disinfects your throat.
You know what
Oh,
also does that? Honey.
honey. Oh yeah. I bought honey flavored cough drops. I like those. So
Honey, honey, nearly
yeah.
killed me.
Honey. So, Moon, let me tell you something. I have a coworker. I swear to God, he reminds me of like if I took you and Matt and put you in a machine and created a 19-year-old black kid. He is. He acts. His tone is low like yours, and he does that same chuckle, like that. Well, okay. And he's so quiet and nice, and I'm like, sir, because I had to force him to yell. Because the thing is, when you're at the restaurant, you have to talk to Alexa because Alexa keeps our time for when we're, doing any foods. And so he'd go, Alexa, what time is it? And I pulled him in the back and I said, shout. He goes, what do I shout? I said, anything. I don't know. I said, shout my name. Cassandra. I said, louder! And I just kept screaming back at him.
Oh,
And
the poor guy.
oh my God, yeah. And he went, Cassandra! I said, then that's the voice I want. Because I get pissed because she'll keep talking and my boss will laugh. I'll be like, Alexa, shut up! And so, but yeah, I've asked him several times.
So you treat Alexa like you treat your bitch?
Yeah. If I had my cane, she'd listen better. But no. Let me tell you something. I've asked him point blank, Moon. I was like, you sure you don't have any family in New York? None. And he's like, no. I'm like, you're positive? He's like, yes, I'm sure. I'm like, all right, because I'm just saying. I'm getting them deja vus.
I mean, it could be that Moon is subjected to a government experiment where she's been cloned.
He could be the dude version of me.
He's really nice though, and that's why he reminds me so much of you. I tell him all the time. I'm like, it's like I'm working with Moon. He's like, I hope it's a good thing. I'm like, it's a good thing. Don't worry.
The guy seems pretty impressive. I would have been more timid to work in a restaurant job because, like him, I do feel I have a hard time raising my voice because sometimes I can't tell if I'm really quiet or not.
And he's got a deep voice like you too. Like you have you have a very. I always refer to some voices as foods because of the visions they give you, and your voice always reminds me of like warm baked bread. Very soft but deep and strong, and you're very light most of the time. But you have gotten firm with me on certain things, and I'm like, oh, there it is. Like
that is such a weird way to describe it, but I can't disagree.
Right? See,
you should read audiobooks. You've got a good voice for it.
She does.
Really?
Yes.
That could be cool.
You enunciate very well, and you have very good. I use the word lilt, but I don't think it's the right word. You have very good lilt in the way you say things, your tone, and the way you pronounce certain things just sounds really wholesome. You make things sound more wholesome than they are. I'll put it that way.
Oh,
you're very relaxing to listen to.
There you go.
Oh, guys, you're making me happy, dude. Come on.
Listen, we live to glow our friends up, okay? That's what we do around here. We may bust each other's agates, but do you know the two people that were checking on me the most during that whole Twitter thing, just in case? The sponge and the fraud.
Oh,
Especially the fraud. The Bublito was pissed. He kept going after everybody in the threads, and the the Optimist was pissed too.
my wow. He's like in a way you're a guard of yours. He's like a true friend.
For a fraud, he's very dog-like.
Yeah.
Bublito, I have realized, even though he begrudgingly does not like to admit it, I think Bublito's pretty protective of me. He does not like when people come after me. Because every time I've had some kind of drama, Bublito is like, I'll take care of it. No, no, yes, I will. I'll take care. No.
You see, I don't get involved. I just find it more amusing.
Yeah, but you still checked on me too, so don't even lie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah. I will say though, this whole thing has been super fun. But that's why with Moon, like, and the things we discussed, in chat, you've got so much potential, girl. And you've got the voice for it. All you got to do is decide what you want, and I have every confidence.
Yeah, thank you. Like we talked before, I'm thinking of looking into some work. I was thinking about clerical jobs, but I was
Yes.
also thinking maybe I could use my art. The someone told me that my art could be good enough for greeting cards. Do you think
Yes.
so?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because there's
Because
less pressure on those. Because I know that sometimes your art, you feel pressured by it, but with greeting cards, they literally just give you a theme and you pump out a bunch of different things. You could even you wouldn't even have to work for a greeting card company. You could actually just go on Etsy, do your own original designs. I would say even maybe look into doing watercolor, because some of your designs would look really cool in a watercolor setting.
Also,
So
they're adorable.
right? Because they're so cute and fluffy, you want to pinch their little mouths and cheeks. I think with watercolor, it would give this like old-timey feel to it that you could do really well, and you could produce them and get them printed on a nice cardstock, and it could be like a single side, like you know how this is a single side, right? So you could have the print on this side, and then on the back it could just say thinking of you and da 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 da. And these would be, hi Silvar, haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Hey, Silver.
And thank you,
hello.
Marietta. Thank you. I try my best to do really good on shading. That was all right. Can I be a little arrogant for a second, guys?
No.
This skank. Do you know why it did not affect me at all when people mocked me about my artwork on Twitter?
Because you've already thought it 1,000 times yourself and have got over it?
Not even that, because I knew I was better than them. Half of them couldn't draw to save their lives. Or you could tell they were young and they were still in the middle of figuring out how to draw certain things. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, my anatomy is better than yours.
What I find amusing is that they thought that you traced shit when you can literally see you on stream just doing it by hand.
I know, and then they try to say, well, it still looks like shit. You can't say it looks traced and then say it's one or the other.
It's so traced, it looks shit.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh yeah, they tried so hard, and that's why I had confidence, because I was like, then they would come and they'd be like, look, I said it. You all were witness. Did I not roast myself when I was doing that drawing? Was I not mocking myself for doing it?
I can't remember what happened last week, bruv. You're asking too much of me.
But
I'll agree.
With your, when I did the SpongeBob and the Bublito thing.
Oh, that horrible thing is burned into my memory.
And I was like, this is dancing a line, guys, and but I did it anyway. And I roast myself. I was wrong for it. And guess what? If I got a strike, who am I to complain to? Am I gonna rage? Yes, you were. Yeah. Raven does have a good memory, and she remembers it. I knew what I was doing, and I wasn't proud of it. It's simple, really. I'm just better than you. Well, the thing was, I'm not joking, guys. I'm looking at these people's art. Don't sit there and they would sit there and go, how is it an 18-year-old's better than you? And I was like, okay, because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. because I wasn't in the business of doing that. And that's why you don't see me pulling up the images and showing you. I'll show certain friends in private because, but I think it's really rude to publicly try to shame someone for that. But
they do say that public shaming is the best way to get someone to stop something. But it's also horrible.
That was why they didn't like what I would like. They didn't get what I was doing. When if I keep responding to you in the same cringy and insane way you're coming at me, do you not understand that I'm literally just holding up a mirror and I'm trying to see how long it takes you to realize how dumb you sound?
You had way too much fun with that, though.
Oh my god, I had a blast. I had a fucking blast, and none of them caught on. Just half.
You're so masochistic. Or no, sadistic or masochistic? Bit of both.
I don't know. Moon, you're good at definitions. Which one?
Is this about you roasting yourself?
No, this is about her winding up the Twitter people.
Oh, so you're kind of making them, you're kind of trolling them, you mean?
Oh, I trolled them all. Every time they came at me hard, I trolled them super hard. Because if they sat there and said, "Oh, you're so pathetic," I'm like, "Oh my god, you're so right. I'm pathetic. I'm the worst ever. Oh my god, you're right. Save me."
Okay, that might be a bit of both, like Choco said.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, because one of them, guys, I said this on Dangerous Rhetoric. I actually so if you guys want to see me go really just into detail about everything about my opinion, I went into full detail with Dangerous Rhetoric. One person took the time to watch all my past podcasts to find out that I was infertile, to try to mock me for it.
Oh.
She went through my mother-in-law's and my sister-in-law's social media to try to see where I was located. She deep dived my DeviantArt to try to find. She found one journal entry from 2016 where I said I felt a little depressed because all my friends abandoned me. Who remembers what happened to me in 2016 if you follow Gothics at all? So this was not about me. Yeah, but Raven, they weren't mad. They weren't butthurt at all.
No, of course not.
Of course not. And the thing is, I want to make sure it's stated. And Choco, you're really good at clipping me. So I want you to make this clip so I can post it everywhere. I have no problem with someone drawing fan art of my original characters or fan art of me. And at the end of the day, I have no say in who you draw fan art of. My thing is, I don't like drawing fan art of established corporate IP because I find it intellectually lazy and it boxes you in. That being said, you want to do it and run the risk, do you. No, it doesn't make you a better artist or a lesser artist than me because you still require skill. You still require talent. It's not saying you're not a good artist. But what I am saying is you deserve better. That's my point. And because if you do get big enough off of that, yeah, you might get a job, but you also might get sued.
Or both.
That was the main thing. A bunch of these people were like, well, I got my job that way. Congratulations. You submitted a portfolio, bro.
It's also extremely rare for that to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's because a couple of major artists retweeted me on Twitter. I found out afterwards. One of them having 7 million followers. And they were like, well, I got my job because of it. Congratulations. Listen, dumbass, you submitted a portfolio. You were tagging these companies. You were actively trying to get a job. I don't want to spend the rest of my life drawing someone else's drawings. Sorry.
I had one person start tagging me in their art posts as protest, which was weird because it wasn't fan art and I actually liked it. These people are really, really stupid.
Well, that's the thing.
Yes, they are.
Right.
I mean,
I like
overly emotional people don't think clearly.
No, they don't. That's the thing. You're in my Discord. All of you are in my Discord. How many of the artists in Discord that I have in my Discord are fan artists, guys? How much more in my Discord is fan art? A lot of it. Name one time I've come up and said, you shouldn't be posting this in my Discord. I don't like it. Name one time. Chaco, you throw me under the bus easy. Name one time.
I can't throw you under the bus, unfortunately.
Exactly, because why? Why, Choco? Why can't you throw me under the bus?
Because you've kidnapped me and I'm held under duress. No, but in all
Choco.
seriousness, you haven't said it.
I've never disparaged a single artist.
And you never would anyway.
Right.
Unless it was not safe for work stuff, then you'd be like, not the place for that.
Yeah, right. Like, there's you become a patron, you can post it there.
Napples.
Well, yeah, because we have an NSFW thread in the Discord for the patrons. That's what that's for. If you want to be a patron, you want to post your dirty artwork, you can post it there. But that's my point. I've never once, and that's why I'm pretty sure I condensed that down to a minute. But Choco, genuinely, you're really good at clipping. I want you to clip that for me because I'm gonna put that at the top of all my fucking social media.
All right. Can I context it?
Can you context it or compact it?
Context.
That's up to you. As long as you're not a dick about it.
Well, it takes all the fun out of it.
Did you hear her just get so disappointed, Boone?
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh.
Yeah, who doesn't love degenerate art? It's great.
I draw my own. Listen, again, if you're on my Patreon, I've got some degenerate art on there. I feel they're tasteful nudes, but others would call it degenerate.
I mean, they're both. Ooh, that's pretty. Sorry, the moon is just peaked up and it's a full moon.
Oh. Look what you did. You sent it over to her side. That was so cute, guys. The other night, Moon announced in the Discord, it's a full moon. And it was so cute.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to share it because it was the rare moments where the moonlight actually shone through my window. It light in my dark room. It was so pretty.
Oh, I missed that. See, now when I was in Rhode Island, I had a huge window in my bedroom. And so if I left my curtain up, every time, a certain time of night, the moon would shine right into my room. It was so nice. I don't have that in my house. And I love my house. I really do, because I can live here and be comfortable. But I want to at some point make like an observation deck on my roof. I have plans for this house at some point. And what I want to do is install some kind of observation deck so I can have stargazing and moon gazing nights. Because I don't want to do it on the ground because there's too many insects and other creatures that could kill me. And so, because it was 2 summers ago, I heard this explosion out in the front of my yard and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was.
You resident serial killer?
No, it was my neighbor shooting a copperhead, not 20 feet from the yard. And I was like, oh, so I'm not going out at night unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just, I like surviving. It's a crazy thing I like to do. But, yeah, I keep pegging at Starman. Listen.
Pegging.
Shut up.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
It's not my fault she's degenerate.
I am an innocent woman.
Bullshit.
I don't talk
You're
about
an innocent old lady. Get it right.
I'm just an innocent woman trying to live my life.
You're just a poor boy from a poor family.
I can't. I am abused. I do not find this
character training. It's not abuse if it's character training.
Listen. What is someone's phone on vibrate or am I crazy?
Not me.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
I might have put my phone on my model, which wasn't a great idea.
See, now so far. So now when I shade in this, when I color in her smock or whatever the hell it's going to be, whatever it's called, I will then have all of her body shaded for it. So now I've got to pick the pastel color that will work best.
Okay, alternative idea.
What? No nipples.
I wasn't actually going to say nipples this time. I was going to say you should make it look like rocket bursts coming out of her hands, so it looks like she's flying.
But she doesn't have magic.
She does now.
No. So So she has a defect. She was born without wings, and a part of the power, even though she has a horn, technically comes from the Unisys wings in my whatchamacalls it. In my universe. So
Okay, give her a jetpack.
what about this says jetpack? Chocoholigan.
She's got the pose for it down.
I can't with you. Moon.
She's got the whole Iron Man thing going on. Give her some
Moon.
thrusters.
What do you think? Should she have a pale green, a pale purple, or a pale blue for this veil?
I think purple or blue could work. You could try maybe blue.
Yeah, I think blue. Also, why do you ask her opinion, not mine? I'm so
Because you
so
always
neglected. Jetpacks and long hair don't mix. It's still better than a cape.
I think the hair would become a cape at that point.
Well, I mean, at least it comes off.
Is that a crotch bush? No. Number one, the curtains and the drapes.
Match the drapes.
They have to match the carpet. Do you see a matching carpet there?
No.
That's what I thought.
I like the hair, you know. I like how you make long hair for the characters. I try to do that for my characters too, but it's a little difficult because I'm trying to make it look good. But you make it look great.
It takes a lot of practice. My hair used to look like shit. What it comes down to is you have to
Your actual hair or your drawing hair?
Excuse the fuck out of
Drawing.
Thank you, Moon. God. But no, in all seriousness, what you got to do, Moon, is what I did was I started imagining. I would close my eyes and I would take my hands and I would imagine grabbing the hair if it was my own hair and I needed to work with it, right? And if I had to like take out tangles, if I wanted to brush it, if I wanted to put it up in a hair bun, all these different things. And so that's what makes me imagine the hair, like where it would fall, how it would peel apart. Playing with a wig helps. People watching really helps. Things like that. So where you're observing how the hair falls. So like thick, kinky, curly hair kind of operates almost against gravity. But not like, I guess they call it 4C. So not like black hair. Because a black person's hair is very firm. It's very the platelets open up wider, which is how it tangles so much easier. This has somewhat of the silkiness of a more white person's hair, but the curliness of a ginger. Do you get the idea I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You have a hair fetish.
No, I just love hair, but I don't have a fetish.
Same thing.
A feather boa. Yeah, a feather boa would be a great way to put it. And so, like, part of why she grew her hair this long was to compensate for the lack of wings. It gave her that sensation that she still had some kind of magic to her.
I mean, you could just give her a jetpack.
She's not getting a fucking jet.
Okay, fine. A magic shawl or a jet shawl, whatever you want to call it.
God.
What's
Just give
magical
her
about a
rocket
jetpack?
boosters.
She just knows that it's annoying me, so she's going to keep saying it.
Okay.
You haven't learned by now that 90% of what Choco does is just to piss people off.
Oh.
You could make it a Napple jetpack.
You're going to get a Napple jetpack in a minute. It's going to rip those titties right off.
Austin Powers, here we go. I'm imagining Star playing with wigs for drawing research. Yeah, she has a fetish. She needs help.
You know what?
You have a fart jetpack. Oh, that reminds me. Did you guys ever watch a movie and it was about this little really fat kid who powered
Excuse
a
you?
rocket ship with his fart?
Oh my God. So I never saw it, but I think it's either Jamie French or Dylan is in Trouble reviewed it. Because they review like horrible films.
Oh,
And wasn't
so
the
bad.
kid that played Ronald Weasley in it?
Never heard of it.
I truly don't know. I can never remember the name of it. Hang on.
I vaguely know what you're talking about. It's an insane movie, if I remember correctly. But it's
Thunderpants.
I've heard of this film. I've never watched it, but I have heard of it.
Oh my, that is Oh my! How did I not know that?
So I was right. The kid who plays Ronald Weasley is in it.
No. Yeah, you're right. Of course, you're right.
Rupert Grint. Yep.
Yeah. A really young Rupert Grint, and he looks more like a stereotypical ginger, but that was such a weird movie.
Yeah, it was big. Apparently, not big, but it was made in your side, so it didn't really
Oh,
get
it was. Yeah,
over
it
here.
was. I used to love watching that movie. It's got Stephen Fry in it as well.
Okay, remind me.
Stephen Fry, QI.
No, not helping.
The English guy who sounds like he's really, really posh, knowledgeable, and
That
is
doesn't help.
gay.
They all sound that way.
So annoying. Hang on.
How dare I?
Let's see what Stephen Fry's been in that you might have seen. Uncultured swine, you.
Hear
Okay, have you ever seen V for Vendetta?
Once, long time ago.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's not going to work then.
Hear how she talks to us, Moon? You hear how she speaks to us? How dare.
I'm not speaking to Moon like this. I'm speaking to you like this. There's a difference.
Oh, so you're not speaking to Moon at all? Oh, disrespecting my...
No. I'm
younger
speaking
sibling.
respectfully to Moon because Moon deserves the respect. You don't. Moon, do you know who Stephen Fry is?
The name I'm not familiar with, but maybe I've seen the actor before.
Okay, that's okay. I forgive you, Moon. I don't forgive Cassandra. Okay, Cassie, you've seen The Hobbit?
Yes.
Have you seen the Desolation of Smaug, the second one?
Smog, yes.
Okay, you know the mayor of the little town?
Vaguely.
That's Stephen Fry.
Okay.
Oh, him. I think I saw the film. Maybe the second one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
So see, that's the effect I was going for.
Have you seen Centurions?
Ooh, looks good.
Dankeschön. Listen, what
Cass?
now?
Centurions.
No, I have not.
Oh, you should try it. I think you'd actually like it. 2007 movie.
What's it
It's
about?
good. Basically, it's about a school that's full of hoodlums who the school is getting shut down because they're in debt to the bank, so they decide to rob an art gallery.
Oh my god.
It's good.
Not based on a true story, right?
No. But it's good. I feel like you'd like it.
One of my favorite movies growing up was Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, and Fry and Laurie, of course, yeah.
That was one of my favorite movies growing up was Remember the Titans. I thought it was like one of these amazing films. Honestly, I think it still kind of rings true today. Have you ever seen that one?
Remember the Titans? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. That's the football one?
Yep. Mighty Titans.
Yeah, I've seen it once. Oh.
What?
Oh. Have I frozen?
You're not. I hear you.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, perfect. Have you ever, Cass, did you ever watch The Count of Monte Cristo?
I'm not willing to answer that question.
That means no. I literally, okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking send you.
Here's why I don't want to say it, guys. She's asked me so many times to watch this damn film, and it just ain't happening.
It's so good.
I haven't done it though.
Okay, I'm gonna find you a link, and you are gonna watch this by the next time I see you. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry.
I mean, the next time you see me, I don't know what that's gonna be. We haven't seen
Not
each other
literally
yet.
see you. Okay, if you don't watch this by next week's stream, I'm disowning you.
Moon, what color should her lips be?
Orange.
Are you Moon?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but maybe it could match what she's wearing.
Would we go for a dark version? Let me see. R16. Where are you? R16.
Rated 16.
So it would be this. I was thinking of a dark color, like that dark purple, or something like P4 or V160. What do you think? So that's P4 160.
I like P4.
P4?
P4 or after?
I can't with this child.
You're so organized with your colors. It's impressive.
That's the thing, like,
That's the only thing she's organized with.
I'm actually really organized, but I'm organized when it suits me. Hello, Ian Curverwell. Hello, matey. Hello.
I'm the same way when it comes to my comics. I organize them in a way by the series and how it can fit on top of each other.
See, exactly. Like, you gotta make some kind of sense of it all. See, now what I'm trying to decide is, should I do any kind of background? I think I know what
Rockets.
to do. No, there's no rockets. I can't.
Why?
I can't with this girl. Okay, so where's P2? P2.
R2P2.
So fun facts, I forgot who it was, but somebody said they used P2 as a word for the vajayjay growing up. And so when they got into like calculus, when they got older, they thought it was really, really dirty that everyone kept saying P2 and things like that in calculus class. And I find that so hilariously wholesome. Because they're sitting there like, oh, they're saying the word. This is a full-grown teenager not understanding that P2 is not what they think it is.
Deep blue with big stars. And a rocket.
What I'm gonna do is cherry blossom petals.
Oh, actually, that'd be nice.
Yeah, cherry blossoms are cool.
You know what make it better?
What? There's no rockets. Or nipples. But a pale blue with the cherry. All right, what do you guys think? Should I do the whole background pale blue and then put in the cherry blossoms?
Yes. Nice contrast.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to me. No,
Rainbow. No, Chris, we don't want no rainbows.
Mint blue would be best because that's going to show up the pink. Okay, so BG4. BG4.
Are you going to do... You're doing pink blossoms or red?
They're going to be pink, but that's why I'm choosing BG4 because it's a pale enough. Because it's... It's this one, so it's really pale. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is it. Right here. It's this one. So it's pale enough that the pinks will show up.
We do like the BGs.
We like it pale. We like it all pale like.
Silver leaf.
See, my problem is that I'm usually pretty impatient when it comes to this.
No.
Me, never. The biggest problem I had with drawing growing up is that I did not like the idea that I would have to wait. Because if I felt I waited, I thought I would, lose the inspiration and I wouldn't be able to go back and finish it. And I would get a lot of anxiety over finishing a piece. So there's a ton, as you guys saw when I reviewed my old art pads, there was a ton that just never got finished.
Did you ever finish coloring your last mermaid?
I probably didn't. No, yes, I did. I did. The 2022, yes, I haven't posted.
Oh.
Yeah, but now that's something I've got to prepare for in advance because I'm going to have to draw them. Hi, Penny. What are you doing in here?
Yay, Penny.
Come here. Show everybody you're alive. There you go. What a good girl. As you see, she's if she turns around. Oh, no, she's going to sit right there like a good girl. Whatchamacallit. Penny has been very scared as of late. Because of Calliope, and I also think because I've been out of the house. So again, a lot of the animals have been acting weird since I've been out of the house because I haven't been. 2021 was the last time I went to work every day. Orion, back the fuck up. One. Thank you. Oh, they've all been acting so bad because they're just not used to me being gone this long.
Yeah, usually it's men behaving badly.
Yeah, right. No, you're fine.
Yeah, I forget. That since you take care of these animals and you're gone a lot, I guess they miss you because they're used to you around a lot.
Well, a lot of folks really don't realize it, but cats especially have a lot of anxiety because that's why, I hate people when I see them online and they take their cats out on walks and things like that, especially older cats. Unless your cat is in a very certain... Orion, you have to the count of 3. 1, 2. All the way. No. All the way.
He's such a brat.
Sit. Sit.
Oh, are we gonna get a repeat of earlier, folks?
What did I say?
Possibly.
That's a good boy.
I want a Russian blue kitty, but I'm all allergic.
Very good
Oh, those
boy.
are cute. I see them online. They're so
Yeah.
sexy.
Oh, that's what I was talking about last night, as a matter of fact, a Russian blue. So my dad's cat is a Russian blue.
Oh, cool.
And well,
Not a
here's the
Russian
thing,
red?
Johnny's a piece of shit. And Johnny doesn't like that I will happily put him in his place. And because my father absolutely spoils the shit out of him. So here's the problem that we have. My dad will let Johnny get away with murder, but I don't. So Johnny will sit there at the kitchen table while I'm sitting next to my dad, and he'll beg for me to pet him. So I will happily oblige. Well, every once in a while, Johnny gets a hair across his ass. And Johnny decides he didn't want to be pet. And so Johnny will grab my hand, and he won't just bite it. He'll bite it, he'll piss, he'll hiss, he'll spit, he'll use claws to try.
That's really not good behavior.
No, it's not. And my dad just goes, "Hey, Johnny, that's not right."
Mm-mm.
My dad,
No.
the drill sergeant, will do that. And so, mind you, we never got that kind of treatment. No other animals ever entered that house got that kind of treatment, but Johnny does. My mom and he used to roast him about it. But anyways, so when Johnny did this the other night on Sunday, I grabbed him by his face and I shoved him back. I had him, like, his mouth was unable to open.
No, but I mean, he needs to do that. If a cat is being that vicious, it needs corrective behavior.
Johnny doesn't do it all the time. He only does it to a couple of people. So I pushed him back, and then I spun my hand around, I grabbed him by the scruff, and I pushed him down. And Johnny was howling, and I did not let him go till he stopped. And my dad was like, Cassandra. I said, no, I know what I'm fucking doing.
Well, yeah, you do rescue animals, so I'd hope you know what you're doing.
Right. And my dad doesn't like it because, see, he doesn't want Johnny to feel any discomfort. Well, I don't fucking care if I'm going to be coming here. And the thing is, Johnny's acting out because, just like me, my dad isn't around the house as much. Saturday, my dad goes out with his girlfriend.
Ew, dad has a girlfriend.
Right. Well, he doesn't want to call her his girlfriend because I think my dad's still having a hard time with the adjustment.
Oh,
But he really likes this woman. And
Well,
we don't go
good
over
for
on
Pop.
Saturday. Right. We're very happy about it. So I don't go over on Saturdays anymore except to go feed the cats. So Johnny, I don't know if he is equating that I am the reason dad doesn't show up. If that's
Possibly.
why. Yeah. So he came at me. Well, the thing is, unlike my father, I don't put up with my own animals. I am certainly not going to put up with it with his. And that's how Johnny used to always act towards me, mind you. He used to always be very vicious. And the only person he was really sweet to was my dad. He would be nice one minute, but then the next minute would be like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the fact of the matter is that if a cat is that vicious and you're not doing anything to stir it up, then it's really not good.
Exactly, especially because the thing is, a lot of times when a cat does that, that's a sign of hypersensitivity, and that could be like, shot nerves or anything like that, and anxiety, which is fine if the cat needs to act out for a second. But if you do not do anything about it, the cat will believe that it's appropriate behavior. That I will not allow. Like Chaco's saying, your cat will continue to act that way in more and more unprovoked situations because it believes that's an appropriate response. So what do? I give Johnny something he doesn't like, which was a face full of my hand. And he didn't. I literally had him imagine.
He doesn't mind when he's trying to bite you.
Right. So here's his nose, here's his mouth. Because I got the Zorro on my arm. Here's his nose, here's his mouth, and I went just like this. And I held him and I pushed him backwards. And he didn't look happy about it. And then I flipped over and I pushed him down like that.
Yeah. And also, like, your cats are used to roughhousing a lot. It takes a lot to hurt a cat.
Oh, yeah, especially Johnny. Johnny is all muscle. He's a very strong cat. Like, a lot of folks see cats as delicate. Only kittens. Kittens.
Oh, hell no.
Breeds. Kittens are very delicate creatures, but adult cats,
Adult
As-
cats, I've seen. So my old cat literally went head to head with a dog because we have a field at the back of our house.
Mhm.
My cat literally got into this massive fight. Big dog. Dog came out looking worse for wear, I guarantee
Oh
it.
yeah, 'cause cats are faster.
And they're vicious.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if a dog gets hold of a cat, obviously the dog's going to do more damage, but it's getting hold of the cat, and cats are solid muscle. Like,
It's hard to catch a cat, especially if they don't want to be caught. Woof.
and if
Yeah,
you, so for
yeah.
instance, if you're trying to hug a cat and they put their legs out and because they don't want to be held,
Oh.
you're struggling with that. They're all muscle.
Oh my god,
Mm.
yeah. Moon, have you dealt with something like that?
Well, recently, a few cats were meowing around our, a terrace where there's an area outside the apartment.
Yep.
hmm
Yes, these two cats, they kind of were abandoned after their owners passed away,
Oh,
and uh, I had to handle them because they were meowing a lot in our area.
Poor thing.
It's just we were able to. Well, I know it's not a nice thing to say, but kind of get rid of them because they were causing a lot of mess on our terrace. Like they actually made a mess. Like you
Yeah, you
know,
gotta call the shelter and ask them to take the
Mm.
cats. I mean, like it's a tough decision, but if
yeah,
they're not your cats, they do, especially in New York. It's far better to send them to the shelter than let them stay on the streets.
absolutely.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so what happened next?
Oh, what happened next? I don't want to say. It's the point is, right now we don't have them around, but they were really a handful because they were always afraid of us, and they
Mhm.
never hissed at us, but they were definitely run away every time they see us walk around.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It's-
And I think
it's
that's another thing
animal.
that people don't realize is that a lot of the time, if a cat doesn't like you, it's going to run away. Like if
Yeah,
a cat is full on going to attack someone, you know that it's
Oh yeah,
not
it
good
definitely
behavior.
sees you as a immediate threat. Fun fact,
Absolutely.
guys, you should honestly, unless you can secure a place to keep the cat, or secure a place where the cat can be taken in, or you're willing to keep the cat, never encourage a stray cat on your property or near you. You actually should do the opposite. Scare it away. Scare it, jump. Do not promote it to come near humans. Because that is far nicer to do to the cat. Because a lot of times animals are very smart, and what they're going to do is they are going to learn, well, this person was nice to me. This person did it for me. I bet another person will. And they will start equating humans with food and safety. And unless you're going to guarantee that you are that food and safety for the cat, just don't let it near you.
Yeah, it's like in Asian countries. I think it's where was my sister? I think it was in Vietnam or something like that. Anyway, they say don't feed the monkeys.
Oh god, monkeys never feed monkeys. Ever.
Never feed monkeys. And if you see a chimp, run.
When I tell you that is a death sentence, don't do it. Because monkeys are vicious. It is no hyperbole. They will literally kill you. As a matter of fact, it is a tourist issue now.
Yeah.
If you go to those countries, they can't get these animals to stop attacking the tourists.
oh,
Oh yeah, it's bad. Have you been tempted to feed a monkey? Moon, your voice says, "Oh gosh, I had no idea." Don't
no,
feed the monkey.
no. Of course, I stay away from monkeys, especially after knowing how vicious they can be. And I saw a news report about what happened to a certain person with a pet monkey.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
was
the
like,
chimp.
I
Yeah.
would stay away from them. I'll respect them, and I'll make sure not to smile around them because I know they find that's a sign of aggression. Ugh,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of people forget that human expressions don't equate to animal expressions.
Exactly. Very
Yeah.
true.
So,
A lot of
if
folks
you guys
don't
ever
realize
want to be
that.
scarred, look up chimp attacks. They're horrible.
And we mean you be scarred, because not just looking at their scars, but it's going to scar you for life. Because the problem is, chimpanzees are not kind animals, and they
No,
can't
God,
be
no.
in their environment. But a lot of people just don't realize, like, they're intelligent animals, and they are just trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, whether or not, and this is something I tell everybody, never ever say an animal attacked you unprovoked. You may not have been the provoker, but you are anthropomorphizing an animal by thinking, well, I didn't do anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
It sees you the same way it sees every other person. Someone else did something. You're paying the price for it.
Uh-huh.
So that is why, exactly, Allison. And Allison does a lot of wildlife photography and such. Just say no. Stay far away from wildlife. Don't worry about it. It will find a way. Wildlife always finds a way to survive.
And if it doesn't survive, then unfortunately that is nature. But another thing about chimps is that chimps, when they attack you, they don't immediately want to kill you. They will mutilate you. They want you to suffer.
Oh, that is, yeah. That's why I'm like really terrified of them. That's like, I don't even go to the zoo that has monkeys. I'm like, I don't want to risk it.
Oh, you're pretty safe there. They have pretty
Yeah.
good. They'll usually attack a handler before they attack a person.
Yeah. One incident we had, because Dublin Zoo, we had gorillas. It's been remodeled quite a bit, but they have very thick glass, obviously, because you need it. Someone was making faces at the silverback gorilla.
Oh my god, of all the things to choose.
Oh, absolutely. The silverback gorilla then decided to charge the person. I mean, it's fine. There's glass in between. Okay, this is glass that's reinforced multiple times to withstand huge impacts. Cracks the glass.
Yep. People
I mean,
forget
it
how
cracks
strong
a
creatures
pane of glass, but still, like, there's multiple panes of glass. But you can just imagine what that would do to someone. Like, idiot.
And see, that's why I tell everyone, just, respect animals. I get it. You wanna you wanna experience it. You wanna get up close to them. Da 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 da. But yeah, chimps always pull off genitals first. 100%. They know
And
exactly
lips.
what they're going for.
Lips, fingers, and genitals.
They know that those hurt, and they know that those are important, and they are very happy to get rid of that for you. So don't give them a reason, kids.
Just stay away from wildlife. And also don't stare. Don't have a staring contest with a cat. It's a sign of aggression.
Yes. 100%. Leave the animals alone, kids.
If you want the cat to trust you, blink.
And slowly. Don't blink fast.
Slowly.
If you do a very slow blink, that is a sign of trust. Here's why. Again, I said it on the animal show, and I'll say it here. When you look at a cat, remember that this is a hunter. This is an animal that has to eat and kill to survive. So the reason, what did I come back to? So the reason why you slow blink at them is because you are telling them you trust them not to kill you. You are closing your eyes for a longer period of time. This is why cats, when they get scared, tend to peel over everything, and they eat less and they drink less and they go to the bathroom less. They pee because that's quick and easy to do, and it gives them a scent marker. But they don't poop. Why? Because pooping puts them in a vulnerable position. They don't eat or drink because it puts them in a vulnerable position. And they will sit there wide-eyed the whole time because they are looking for the threat. You have to tell them there is no threat. And that's the main thing. Look at Penny. I mean, like, constantly wide-eyed. Whenever Calliope is outside of the bedroom, constantly wide-eyed because they're looking for that next threat. Dog people want their dogs to be people. Cat people want to be cats, right? And the thing is, like, with dogs...
That's accurate.
Right. Dogs is a similar situation, guys. Your dog panting and wagging its tail does not mean it's happy. People have to understand that. Dogs wagging their tails is a sign of excess energy. Dogs that attack you or maul will be wagging their tails at the time. Panting is a sign of whatchamacallit, they're getting overexcited. They're unable to control their emotion. A happy dog is a dog with a relaxed tail, with a relaxed body language, and who isn't breathing heavy. That's a sign of a happy dog. Dogs that aren't always at attention, there's no raising of the fur, they aren't constantly jumping up and down, and they can't contain their emotions. Yawning, yes, Merritt is right. Dogs yawn, especially, like, if you've just yelled at your dog and they yawn, a human reaction to that is, oh, you don't care? No, a dog's reaction to that is they're releasing tension. That's why if you yell at your dog, they try to lick your chin. That is a puppy behavior. That is asking for food and for forgiveness. So they are putting themselves at a lower position from you. They're trying to say, see, I'm not hurting you. And that's why they show their belly. That's why if you have an animal that shows their belly to you, that is the weakest position they have. They are trying to show you they are not a threat.
They also give the best snuggles.
Do. But these are all things that, you guys, I try to instill in people just because you don't realize the language animals speak, Did you learn something new today, Moon?
Yeah, when you talk about animals, I always learn something new.
And I will say,
Yeah.
this is why I watch a lot of History Channel. I watch a lot of Animal Planet and stuff because I learn all this stuff.
And you don't have a life.
I mean, I do now.
Huh.
I do now. Twitter made me get one because I was just such a loser before.
And you think that saying that Twitter made you get a life is something better?
I know, it's true. It's all because of Twitter. And it has nothing to do with me actually having a life before. It's Twitter.
Yeah. I still can't believe. Sorry, you want to say something?
I said I learned my lesson, but you talk.
Oh, you did? I just can't believe that tweet about the fan art stuff just went off like crazy. I'm like,
See, the problem is that a couple of big people got triggered. That's what
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, when you say big, do you mean like
I mean
big,
like
or do you mean like fat?
So Piccolo, that guy that draws for DC, he does all the art for, he retweeted me.
Oh, wait. He does all the art for DC, as in the DC comics that are now becoming more and more unpopular, much like all the other comics.
Right. Well, there was a couple of people, like one guy for, I think, Fallout, he retweeted me. Like a couple of big, and here's the thing, and I know this is gonna sound a little bitchy, but if you're a major creator and you see the person you're retweeting only has 300 followers and you have over 700,000, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know exactly
Target trading. Oh, I totally forgot about it. Sorry, continue.
And so that's why, like, I was completely unbothered because, again, none of them, they were like, well, they're saying you're wrong. No, they're not. The exact words were, well, my fan art got me hired. Okay, and what is part of the law? The IP holder has the option to either sue you or not.
I wonder if there's a correlation between all of these fan artists getting hired and all of the comics turning into dog shit.
Oh, see, now there. Yeah, comic book pros are extremely toxic. Yeah, I know. Exactly. And what did Chaco just say? You got all these people that are fans getting hired, and comics are doing worse and worse.
Because they don't actually respect the source material.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that, what is it? Stan Lee and what's-his-face created Black Panther, and now people shit on Black Panther. Or no, people shit on white people and Jews and all that stuff.
Right. It was, it's okay because, he's white.
Like, respect the roots and also respect the fact that not everything has to have a message in it. Sometimes it's just better to have them punch the bad guy and that's it.
Yep.
And exactly. And the thing is, here's the problem. A lot of people proved in the comments, okay? They proved me right and didn't even realize they were doing it. They were like, it's not lazy. Fan art's just the easiest way to get noticed. Okay, if you're taking the easiest way, that's lazy.
Yeah.
First of all, well, no one likes my original art as much. Okay, if no one did fan art, you'd see your original art be shown more. Well, some people draw it better than the original anyway. So you are arrogant and not really a fan, like I said you weren't.
Yeah.
Like this is the key thing. If you're literally repeating what I said with just different words, then you know I'm right. You just don't like it. I think at least half of the people that retweeted me, that that were quote tweets, were saying shit along the lines of, oh, she thinks it's illegal to sell fan art. It fucking is.
It is illegal. I mean, the fact of the matter is that you don't have to like it.
Right. And that's the thing. And then they started saying how I was crusty, I was old, I was ugly.
I mean, they're not wrong.
I know, but still. And
YouTube.
You're not wrong. Here's the problem. I could be the ugliest, buck-toothed, stupidest looking motherfucker on the planet. It doesn't make me wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Though I wonder if the reason why they don't crack down a lot is because, in a way, if you see art and it's fan art and it's really well done, you're like, oh, who are those characters? In a way, it's kind of like free advertising for them.
It is, and that's the thing. Like, I never denied that either, but there are many that literally the only reason why they don't crack down is because they don't catch you quick enough.
Yeah,
Because
also, they don't really care, because if you think about how many fan artists there are,
Yeah, like
it
they
would
don't
be
have the
just a waste of
resources
money
get
for
them
them to
all.
do it.
Right. And that's why I don't disagree that it's somewhat free advertising, but only to an extent. Because the thing is, like, they were like, well, you're just bootlicking for the greedy corporations. Nay, nay. Because if somebody took my characters and started slashing Guy and Red together, or started slashing Aviana and Angel together, I'd be rip-roaring mad.
Yeah.
Which is shit that people do.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
or if you're going to say, well, my art looks better than what you did, then why are you even a fan? If you feel what you're drawing is better than what I did, why are you even a fan? Why are you claiming to be a fan? Just go away. Go do your own thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I don't like, is when people sit there and start saying, well, I'm better than the original source material anyway. No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't even. Because you're copying what someone else did, and you're not even making an eighth of the success. So don't even.
Also, if you are really better than the original source material, then why don't you try and create something in your own art style and see if it gets as big or more so? That's the true test.
Wait, Choco.
The true test.
And that's I don't disagree at all, but that's the shit that they try to claim to me. And that's the thing, like, I have no problem, and I would actually like if Disney did some kind of thing where, or I'm just using Disney as an example.
Well,
If
I mean, they do own pretty much every media now anyway, so.
Very true. If Disney opened up some kind of channel where, like, let's say, so for instance, Choco, you make figurines.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's say your figurines get really huge and people online love them, and they would love you to do some kind of collaboration where you did Rapunzel figurines, okay? Because you do them better than most of the Disney ones that are official. And you're like, I'd love to, but I can't because I can't buy the licensing.
The copyright, yeah.
At $10,000.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I don't have $10,000.
Right. So my idea would be open up some kind of channel between Disney and artists where they can apply with enough of a petition or anything to have a partnership where they, under Disney's approval, sell this piece, and maybe in exchange they don't get sold, but they get promoted by Disney. So it's one of those situations where just getting your name out there would actually work.
Yeah, but a caveat to that is you have to be aware that Disney would try and screw you over.
Right. So if you don't get any payment out of it, it's a lot harder for Disney to do that. Because if they're getting most of the money for the sales, this is the idea that I had. And I know that Esteban made a valid point, but that's the same. Like, that's something where if we found a way, because right now Disney is suffering. Disney's going to look for any way out. So you don't know. They should because of what they've done. But my thing is, I have zero problem with working with the major IP. My Bumblebee Megatron ship is better than the Sistine Chapel. Oh, that was another thing people kept saying. You know that all religious artwork is fan art. Motherfucker. I'm not... and I even specifically said numerous times in all of my posts, I'm not talking like if you have a deep love for something that is not copyrighted, you want to draw it, fine, go off, do you. But I'm talking about if you love Naruto and all you draw on your fucking thing is Naruto.
Yeah. Also, there is a limit to copyright. Like, I think for music, at least, the reason that you can use classical music and such is because it's been over 50 years since the composer has died.
Exactly. Now, music is different from that, but they were using things like religious artwork and cave paintings and the Sistine
I'm pretty sure
Chapel.
that you can say that after 1,000 or 100 years that the copyright is definitely run out.
Linda just hit the nail on the head. Exactly. Linda. Listen, Linda. Yes. Sorry.
Is Jesus copyrighted? Yes.
That is the point. If I'm talking about copyright and you start bringing up fucking depictions of Jesus, you showed me you have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Did you just insult Linda? How dare you?
No, because Linda's beautiful and I love her for it. Because she just hit the nail on the fucking head. And this is the thing, yes, and chord progressions can't be copyrighted. It's very messy, but there's a whole lot of thing going on. Music and copyright laws is just as messy. And the thing is, again, what did Moon say? She can't believe it blew up like it did. Because they proved my point. It is the hardest pill for the art community to swallow. They proved it themselves.
I still think 3D printing is cheating.
It is cheating. To me, 3D printing is the same as doing digital artwork. And that's a hot take that nobody wants to hear.
It doesn't mean that I don't want a 3D printer, though.
Right. No, I agreed. I still want to do it, but compared to doing a sculpture, it is. Hi, babe. Hi, babe. Maybe say hi to Moon and Chaco, specifically more to Moon, because,
After hearing your take a long time ago about the fan art, it makes me think like I used to buy stuff from Etsy where people really relied on copywritten characters to make their product, their pins, their prints, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why not put in more original stuff? And I'm like, it's kind of sad because when they make original stuff, it's beautiful, and it's just so unfortunate.
And
yeah,
that's
like
the thing,
for instance.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you first.
Like that's my thing, guys. It is not that I'm saying you're not talented.
We're just saying you're unoriginal.
Yeah, baby, we'll go. We'll go. Come here, baby. Come and get me. Because I'm gonna try to do plasma today. But whatchamacallit, I'm not saying that you're not talented. I'm not saying that you didn't work hard on it. I'm not saying that the drawing isn't pretty. I didn't say none of that. They inserted that in, but I didn't say any of that. What I am saying is, if you have the talent to be able to copy what someone else did, then you have the talent to do it yourself. That's my point. And the thing is, nobody can tell me this is wrong. How many times have you heard an artist say it's very talented? Well, I just have a hard time designing my own characters. I've heard it a billion times. So that's why I say creatively, it stifles you, because then you get used to copying someone else.
Also, there's so many tricks that you can use for wanting to draw characters. So I think there's
Moon.
There's one that some guy does. I think it's like a dice, and then you roll a dice, and it's like, so how many legs is this character going to have? You roll the dice, and it comes as 4. And you keep going with the different features until you've got a rough idea for a character.
And that's my thing. I get that. I really do. I totally get that. If you have a hard time, but like just Chaco just said, there are challenges that can help you design if you have a hard time. There are challenges that can like the space design thing we had. Now, I actually felt a little stifled with it because it took away my freedom to design more. But there are a lot of people that truly need that and do well with that kind of boxed in direction. But to me, if you live your entire artistic life only doing what someone else created, you don't flex the muscle enough to learn to create your own. I'm not saying my designs are the end-all be-all. I'm not saying I'm the best character designer in the world. But when you look at Aviana, last session and this session, I can explain to you every reason I chose all of her. Her skin color is because of her parents. Her hair color is because of her parents. Her hair length is because of her deformity. And I did all sorts of options for her. Why she's physically smaller. Why she has certain hobbies. Why she is in a certain relationship.
Why doesn't she have a jetpack?
The sponge is canceled.
Valid question.
This is the point that I'm making, though, guys. I'm not saying that I'm the best character designer in the world. I'm not saying that I do better than anybody. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is, wouldn't you rather Wouldn't you rather look at a character and know that it's entirely yours? You did that. You designed it from scratch. You came up with the idea. And me personally, because you guys, all you gotta do is look on my Instagram. The pictures that got the most likes are my fan art of Blair White and of Michelle. And here's the thing. Those are people I either admire or are my friends.
Or she
And I
stalks.
listen, I only stalk Vanessa. But it's not,
Bullshit.
it is not a matter of getting mad at other people for their artwork. Because you know what? I'm glad you're getting noticed. But I still feel it does you a disservice if you could get noticed for something you create on your own.
Also, you
I
don't want to be ignorant.
huh?
You don't want to be ignorant of the laws. You can't. If you
Right.
break the law and you didn't know the law, you've still broken the law. It doesn't excuse the fact.
Right. And the thing is, I don't deny that I did something wrong as well. I've said it. And it was like, that makes you a hypocrite. No, from the beginning, I've said that I did it. And that a lot of my opinion develops from the fact that I tried. I've sat and I've tried to find that love of fan art that the rest of you have. And I don't have it.
Yeah, you have it for fan fiction instead.
I mean, oh, yeah.
Star, I'm curious. What do you think of fan art speed paints? Would you still consider that to be theft?
Speed paint. Well, I mean, it is still the same thing, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, it's impressive to watch, and I do think that's more of a challenge. And the thing is, like, again, if an IP says, "Hey, I want to see your version of this. I want to see this," they have a contest for it. That's a horse of a different color.
Mm-hmm. Because they're openly giving permission that you can copy it.
Exactly, they are openly telling you, "Hey, do it. We want you to." That's great, fantastic.
I think Disney should host competitions like that because they would
I
probably,
do-
if they gave like a prompt, so say design a character, female, such and such an age with such and such a hair color, blah blah blah, they'd probably get some really cool original characters.
right, and
Like make a movie with that character in it. Like so many people would apply, and it would also encourage people to make original characters.
more originality, plain and simple. See now,
Yeah.
Moon.
And they
What
profit
do you
from it.
think? Because I saw Holly ask that question. Let me ask you: do you think a speed paint is the same idea?
That it's deaf.
Yeah, like, do you think a speed paint is still a fan art, or do you think that's more of a challenge or just trying to flex muscles? What do you think?
A speed paint. I think it could still be technically deaf because you're still drawing a character that doesn't belong to you.
Right.
Mm.
Yes, that's what I think.
Don't
But-
disagree.
Yeah.
Don't
But
disagree at all.
I wanted to add to your comment about original character. I agree
Right.
that it does feel so great to have a character that belongs to you. Trust me, I wanted that when I was a kid. I wanted to make my own stuff when I saw Garfield. I want to do that, make comics and stuff. I'm
Mhm.
even looking at my own sketchbook right now. I have a little character that I'm so happy I made because it took me so long to get the design right and it looks so cute.
Yeah,
It's
you even made
yours.
an original Choco.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I would much rather, from here on out, draw Moon's version of Bublito and Choco Hooligan, rather
Oh,
than
really?
yes, because you took inspiration from what they used, but it's no longer SpongeBob and Pepe. It's Bublito and Choco Hooligan.
Oh,
Not
I would
together,
much
please.
rather
Not
draw a
again.
fan of that.
don't worry. Just, little friendship stuff.
But that's my point. I would much rather that. Because the thing is, how much more meaningful? What was Moon's reaction just now? Oh, really? How much more meaningful is it and much more touching is it to know that somebody took what you made, your character, your baby, and they love it so much they want to draw it for you.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's great when you give permission for it. What's not okay is when they turn around and go, "Oh, well, I love your character and it gets me noticed."
hmm One thing that I will say that is, I think fan art is good in terms of wanting to see how far your skills are. Like, for instance, I've made maybe 2 original sculpts, like fully original sculpts,
Yeah.
just to see where my skills are. Like, for instance, the T-Rex one that I did, that's fully original. Everything else hasn't been. The
There's fan
Wendigo I
art of
took off
dinosaurs,
Starsan,
Choco.
but it's a learning experience.
Right.
Like
And that's
fan
the
art in
thing.
itself isn't necessarily bad. What makes it bad is you selling it for profit.
That's what definitely makes
Oh
it
yeah,
bad.
I was gonna say that. I said that before. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're
No,
fine.
you're right. You're right, Moon. And I that's where it's a hard line for me. Breen, I wonder where you were today, babe. Here's what I would tell you. That is definitely the hard line for me. When you start selling it, like en masse, especially. Again, what did I say? When it occurred to me that I was drawing fan art and that Dumbo thing, I felt so dumb. I was like, I'm literally doing fan art right now. I did not like it. Oh, it's Chaco's internet is trying to fight her.
Oh.
Whatchamacallit. Like, I felt so dumb. And when someone said it, I don't deny it. I said, I don't keep myself out of it. I never once said I've never done fan art and I would never do it. Even in the video where I talked about copyright infringement, I call myself out for doing fan art. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't find that enjoyable. Like, the people that I simp for are people that promote more than anything their original characters. Like,
I have a request.
you have, please don't make me do anything that's copyrighted, especially now.
Okay, so have you ever seen the Disney Atlantis movie?
Have I?
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with the simple answer of yes.
Okay, that's grand. So you know the bit when she comes out of the glowy box thing and she's like floating to the ground?
I've tried to draw it so many times.
Oh, I've tried.
It's very difficult. And honestly, the only way you could replicate it properly with a sculpture would be resin. You would have to do several resin pours.
Yeah. Or paint it on resin. I can't paint though.
It's because she has to be clear. In order for Kita to look proper on that, you would have to do several different layers. Okay, you'd have to do her body first without the eyes. Then you have to do the eyes on their own with the lips. Then you would have to do whatchamacallit, her hair on its own, her clothing on its own, and then you have to find a way to suspend her jewelry on its own. So yeah.
Oh, I'm not talking about the part where she's glowing. I'm talking about the part where she's stopped glowing and she's just falling to the ground, but the glow is still like behind her. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so
just
aesthetically
stunning as a
pleasing.
whole. But the thing is, they were in the same company, Silvar, so it was okay. One of the reasons I'm super excited about my commission is because it's seeing someone's interpretation of exactly like Linda commissioned me to do another of her thing. I just haven't had the chance to because
you're old.
Slow. No, your girl's in. I'm in danger. Like, I have to get shit done. But
get a gun.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't think that's gonna help. That's not the
just threaten all the customers into buying your shit.
I mean, getting the customers in is not the problem here.
Don't let them leave then.
We need them to spend more. That's the problem. All right, let's see how well this works. I think it's okay if it's a little muted. It's supposed to be
a bit of racist white.
I hate that woman so much.
Agreed.
So, Star, you said you're running out of art supplies, or are you running low on them?
So, what I'm running low on right now is paper. I'm running out of drawing pads. And while this marker set right now is essentially new, I've barely used it. I'm afraid to draw too much markers right now because in the volume at which I draw now, whereas my markers would last me 6 months to a year, if I draw regularly on it right now, that's not gonna last me too long. So what I'm trying to do right now is get myself in a place financially at work where Starman and I have ourselves situated, everything's all taken care of, we're back on track with all the bills, because me having to no longer work at no system really kind of threw us off really bad, and which is understandable, I feel. And so right now what the goal is is that I am going to start doing plasma every week along with Starman. The two of us will then bring more income back into the house by doing that. Because now I'm below 400 pounds, I can do that. And so it will move us more towards financial security. And then what I'm going to try is just do more artwork as a whole. I have a bad habit of from back when I was super, super broke of never utilizing my art supplies. Sometimes to the point where they go bad before I get to use them. Because if you guys notice, you never see me do practice sketches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never see me do anything anatomy. Here's the reason. Because my brain says, you're wasting the paper. You don't need to do that. Just do a full piece. If you're gonna do it, do a whole piece. I don't practice with my markers. What I do is I do a piece, and if it comes out successful, then I've learned a new technique. If it hasn't, I learn better the next time.
Well, so you don't really need to practice your anatomy. It's pretty damn good.
Aw, a rare and unique Choco compliment.
I
It'd
agree
be great
too.
if you could draw me a hand.
What kind of hand?
Just any hand. And feet.
Any hand?
Because trying to sculpt feet and hands makes me want to kill someone.
I'll draw you one. Linda, right now they used to run $10. Now they run more like the good ones that I use because I like this one. I think right now is $21 for the mixed media. And if I want to, because I like to use the thicker paper, and if I want to, shut up.
Is that to match your mentality?
Say I'm thick.
Yeah.
Are you using proper marker paper?
You're thick.
Well, the thing is, I've used marker paper and I don't like the way it feels after 40. I'm gonna if anyone can recommend a really quality marker paper, one that they feel has done the best job, I would love that. Because I have not found one yet that I like. Orion, stop pushing. If you turn off my computer like you did that other time, I will turn you into another kind of stuff.
Have you ever tried stone paper?
What?
Have you ever tried stone paper?
Stone paper.
Oh, I've used those before.
Oh?
But
They're waterproof, aren't they?
waterproof. Oh, yes, they are. But I was gonna draw on them, but it didn't work for me. But I will. But that's because I was using something that didn't work with it. The point is, I think maybe it'll work for Star Sand, but for me, I just use regular Kokuyo paper I get from this Japanese themed website. It's really nice.
Kokuyo paper, eh?
Oh,
Sorry,
shit.
it's the notebook name, not the paper kind. It's just regular paper.
I'm gonna have to go in terms
we
of
have to
chat
go
because
soon,
I need to
too.
go get me some dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to be going to, whatchamacallit, as soon as Starman
job.
gets here. No, this time I'm going to get plasma done. Technically, what I'm doing later on today is your girl's going to be editing the
Waxed.
video.
Oh,
But
okay, that's okay.
we actually completed a piece, and
Finally.
you
take so long to do anything.
listen, that's because I make sure it gets done right. Linda, thank you so much, honey.
Those
thank you,
cherry
everybody
blossoms
today.
are acceptable.
I will honestly say you're right. They're acceptable at best. But, guys, I really appreciate all of you. I really, really do. Thank you for the $20, Linda. Moon, thank you earlier for the $5. And Pluribus, thank you for the $10. You guys are really, really helpful. I am trying so hard to produce better content for all of you for this. I know that it's taking a long time to get the YouTube premium membership up because I know that a lot of you just do not care about the artwork, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I get it because, you don't want to see the nudies, and I 100% understand that because if I was a patron for somebody and they did things that really grossed me out or really just were not to my favor on their Patreon, I wouldn't do it either. And I
will say her nip nops are very well drawn.
Thank you. I gotta hang for these nip nops. But yeah, I will tell you, I'm pretty proud of this. Aviana is one of my favorite characters to draw. I love just, she's one of the favorite designs I've ever made, and I'm very proud of it. And I don't know why, but I just fucking love drawing her. Her and Helga.
She'd still be better with a jetpack.
She will never get a jetpack. The day, you know what? You want her in a jetpack? Commission me. Yeah.
Okay. Compromise. Water jetpack.
Why would she be in water?
Why not?
Only true artists appreciate the arts. Exactly.
I'm not trying to rush art. I'm trying to rush the artiste.
She just wants me painting my ass, guys. You have to understand this. If it was Moon, she'd be like, "Baby, take your time, do it."
Well, yeah, because I like you and I don't like you.
Yeah, see, she says that, but we all know it's not true.
You're right. I hate you.
You know you love me. Moon, what do you think? Think she hates me or loves me?
Moon, agree with me or else.
Or else what? She won't be the favorite child anymore? That's a lie. She knows it.
Well, if you really hated her, would you really be talking to her?
I've been kidnapped.
That's my favorite child.
Traitor. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So
But
have fun on the
we're
rest
all
of your
gonna have to go
stream,
because
traitors.
I'm gonna get
See
I'm
ya.
gonna get whatchamacallit. I gotta get dressed, but Moon, Choco,
Have you been
I love
doing
you
the
both.
stream nude?
Yes, I'm totally nude
Pervert.
in my yellow shirt. But I have to get dressed to go out in public because I am not in public attire. But here's what I will tell you guys. I appreciate you both for being my friends and my supporters. I thank all of you for being
I'm not your
here
friend.
today. Shut up. And you're right, you're my child. And so
Ugh.
guys, here's what I will tell you. You will get a new video this Thursday if all goes well. Zoro, you're not coming up. Stop it. And stop it. He's literally clawing my leg to get up to me.
It's good for you.
Keep an eye out. It'll be coming out this Thursday, and it should be a very good one. Otherwise, guys, thank you both of you. Thank everybody that is here today. And remember,
Like, subscribe, comment, share.
Okay, that part. I always forget to say that.
Yeah, I
always
know.
forget to say that.
Hate fraud, eat chocolate. Actually, no, give me a chocolate.
Give her all the chocolate. Send lots of
Unless it's
stars
white.
for Moon's Moon. And remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love
You
them.
tolerate them.
That you love them and to be safe. So Moon and Choco, I love you guys. Be safe. Have a fantastic day. And goodbye, everybody.
Bye.